Right, let's make sure I'm live, which I should be. I am. Hello, YouTube VOD viewers. I just realized I'm not even sure if I put a timestamp for the last VOD, but if you're just here to see me reading, there should be a timestamp in the at the very top of the description, or possibly in a pinned comment that lets you know when I started reading. But I usually take like 20-30 minutes to hang out and say yo before I jump into the reading part. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go. I haven't been feeling great these last few days, so I don't know how long I'll be able to do this for, but I did just wake up from a nap, so naps are pretty good about making me feel good for a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. There's been an unprecedented amount of people watching me read this as of late. Crazy. I mean, I haven't even checked the because not only was there like quite a bit of chat engagement in those last two WeChat streams, but God, I mean, oh, there we go. Yeah, this one over 300, this one over 400. It's like, those are crazy views for a VOD for me. So, I don't know. It's been a few days since the last one, so I don't know if we'll see how the algorithm does, or if anybody, you know, remembers that I exist in that time. Either way, I'm gonna read Peak. Wait, wrong button. There we go. Either way, I'm gonna read Peak. And as we'll see here, actually, I do have it scheduled, that I'm gonna try to read some One Piece tomorrow. I'm gonna try to finally get back into that. I think, how long has it been since I streamed One Piece? 10 days ago. Not as bad as the last time I took an unintentional break from it, which was 2 weeks. But yeah, I wanted to read the WeChat manga before I started doing my my rewatch of it. Where I'm gonna do a video where like I break down the thing. The anime. Because I already did like a reaction series, but I want to rewatch everything. Now that I've seen the whole anime, and now that after today anyway, I'll have read the full manga. I would also like to do a stream where I read some Witch Hat Kitchen. So maybe that'll be next week. Because I would like to... I want to get back into One Piece so bad, so hopefully we can do that tomorrow. Then hopefully we can do Fandom Friday on Friday, funny enough. And that'll probably be the streams for the week, unless I start feeling really good again. Gonna keep things to a minimum. I didn't put out a proper, like, stream schedule this week, because, yeah, I just don't feel confident enough in my health. I literally can't do it right now. So, yeah. I know that I've got order chat. Okay, wait. What if I reverse this? Flip horizontal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that being cut off was more noticeable to me now. I removed my my GoFundMe thing from OBS because there's a chance in August I'm doing like a court hearing thing for like my disability benefits, and the hope from that is that I'll start, you know, getting benefits. And if I'm getting money from the government, I don't feel right asking for money from the internet, you know? I'll still have it to where, like, you know, there's like subs and stuff and bits and all that, but I'm not gonna have like a big GoFundMe QR code plastered on my screen anymore. But that depends on how all that goes. If it feels like I'm not gonna get any benefits for a long time, then I'll probably bring it back up. I mean, literally all it would take... I still have the elements in my OBS. Literally all I have to do is that's not the right one. Literally all I have to do is... Yeah. They're right there. We'll see. What else did I want to say? Oh, I got the Art of Witch Hat book. I was considering turning my face cam on to show y'all, and I think I will do that. I am gonna primarily do the the stream with VTuber, but I'll turn my cam on for a bit to show this. Let's see. I think if I just activate the cam... No, okay, I have to close this first. You deserve this. There we go, there's the cam. Actually, we just need to do full cam. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so I got this. It is beautiful. The tag on here says $30, but it was on sale on Amazon, so I got it for like 22, 23. So yeah. Some gorgeous art in here. They have that panel that I really like, which is actually open right here. Do I have a... I don't remember what all my buttons do. Where's my full cam one? This? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they have that panel in there. Let's open it up. Actually, let's open it up like this. I can't show you the full thing because I'm pretty sure that's like piracy, but I can show a couple pages. Let's open to a random spot. There we go. What do we got? Characters I don't know. Actually, I think I recognize that guy on the right. One of the... Well, no, actually, no, I don't recognize that guy at all. What's on the other page? Oh, God. I don't know who that is. Oh, is that, I think that's, I forgot his name. Might be that character, but younger. Oh, I didn't know this was in here. Of course it is, but... I did, like, a breakdown on this panel in one of my shorts. Well, I did it on stream, but it turned into a short. God, I need this on my wall. I don't normally get like physical things or like merch for stuff anymore, mostly because I'm broke. But I needed Shirahama art in my life. So that's such good paneling. I'm trying not to knock stuff over with this book. That's such good paneling. Yeah, this was a must buy. This is an insanely affordable Tarda. Oh, these are so sweet. This other one scares me because it gives like, I think I saw like eyeballs, so it gives like Broomcat vibes, but the one of Tarda and Coco. That's peak. That's peak. Hey Samu, welcome back. As you can see, I got the art book. I'm just showing off some stuff. I noticed like there's some like celebration illustrations from the manga. I want this book so bad. It's not that like I got it for like, I don't know where you live, but I got it for like on Amazon. I got it for like no more than like $23. Yeah, and like my I love this panel. I love it. Look at that. The way it just takes up the full... Hang on, I need to look at this in person. Just the way it takes up the full page. The full 2 pages. But yeah, I offered my dad, because I had some money left over. You know, the only reason I told my dad I wanted this in the first place was because he has Amazon Prime, and I was like, oh hey, we can save some money through that with the shipping. So I was like, hey, I can pay for the actual book if you wanted to like just so I can order through your account. He just got the full book for me. He got that. He also got this like massage, this massage pad that I got, and this shirt that I'm wearing. Cool ass Sonic shirt with a bunch of characters. Half of them are dead, but it's just really cool. This is like a new shirt that just came out. The art is by Evan Stanley. Of course, my camera blurs. Hang on. The art is by Evan Stanley, one of the comic artists, current comic artists. So I was like, shit, Evan Stanley art plus art of, you know, Chip, DeCall, Shara, Merlina, Marine, Elise, and I don't really care about anybody else on there, but those are my goats. Those are my goats. It was really cool to see these characters that you don't really see represented much anymore. Again, because half of them are dead, but... Coco. Alright, I'll show a couple more pages, and then we'll switch back to VTuber. Woo-wee! Oh, these are so cool. Some of these might be spoilery, but it's worth it. It's worth it to have this art. Alright, one more. I'll show one more. I don't wanna get in trouble for showing a whole book. These are so cool. I don't even know who this other character is. With the wings. Partially, I gotta stop looking so I don't spoil myself on things. I've been told this book isn't super spoilery anyway. It's mostly just like character designs. But yeah. But yeah. This is staying by my desk for a while. It'll probably end up on my bookshelf at some point, but... Yeah, I just typically don't get, like, physical things because I, because... Wait, let me go back to there so I can turn off my cam so the thing can work. When I get physical things, I kind of just, like, forget they exist. So, like, usually if I want to treat myself, I'll, like, commission art for myself. Because I don't know, that's, that just means more to me than getting something that I put on my shelf and never see again. But that was a special, I made a special exception there with that art book. By the way, I don't usually, mention this because my YouTube chat's usually dead, but if there's anybody watching on YouTube, feel free to hit that like button, because when you do that, it tells the algorithm that the stream is worth putting out to more people, for more people to see. So yeah, I need to try to remember to say that more often. I'm not really good at shilling. I just want to have fun. I don't want to beg people for that stuff. But yeah, I wanted to go to do this again sooner, but last week was I even had to cancel Fandom Friday last week, unfortunately. So we're gonna try again this week. Same concept, WitchChat thing. I'm gonna look at people's WitchChat character grids. But we'll see. Like I said, I didn't put out a proper stream schedule this week because I'm just not feeling great, to be honest. So even at IV this morning, I had to ask for some Zofran, which is stuff for like nausea. And yeah, I normally don't have to do that. I've only ever had to ask for Zofran one other time. I'm excited for more One Piece. Yeah, what's up, Sin? Yeah, I was saying earlier, I want to try to read more tomorrow. Hopefully, I was gonna say, hopefully your work schedule lines up to where you can watch that, but we never know. Or I never know. Yeah, because we're still in the middle of Baratier, and I need to see how the rest of that goes, to be honest. But yeah, I don't expect to be. I'm expecting the way I've been feeling lately is going to be like my baseline for like the rest of the summer. Or until, I say summer. Even when summer's over, it might still be hot, because that's Texas. We have hot falls. Make it make sense. When I was a kid, it wasn't like that. When I was a kid, it was like October, like the leaves were turning, like I remember it was maybe I'm romanticizing it, but I remember like in October, like it looked like fall and it felt cooler around that time. But now it's like you're lucky if you if the low is high 80s in October to November. Honestly, I don't think last year, but the year before, um it was like 90, it was like low 90s on Christmas Day. I don't remember how what it was this last Christmas, but I remember the one before that was like it was hot that day. It just didn't feel like Christmas. It was so shitty. Goddamn AI centers. We need to blow them up. We need to explode them. In Minecraft, of course. Probably shouldn't be saying that. I've been having a ton of migraines back to back, so I get it. I'm not doing 100% either. I hope you feel a little better soon. Yeah, thanks. You too. You too. I'll be the Coco to your Tarda. We'll look at it. We'll look after each other. At least with words of encouragement. Great words of encouragement. Words of great encouragement. It's gonna be hard to top. It's gonna be hard to top. This is my favorite panel in the series, by the way. It's not even a real print. It's more like an illustration. But yeah, it means so. There's so much meaning to it for me. Coco breaking through this wall of glass that Tarda's felt like he's been in his whole life, showing him how he can use magic too. It's so good. I can't wait to see more Tarda development. Like I've said this before in one of my reaction videos, but I love the part in episode 10 where, you know, at the beginning of episode 10, they didn't play the opening. They didn't play the opening, but what they did do was they played the opening at the end, or when Tarda, you know, was pronouncing to Coco that he was gonna make her pin, and he was gonna bring it to her with magic. And, because to me, the opening theme, you know, da 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 da, that's like that's like the theme of magic and witches and like the beauty of the magic in that world. I need to look at the opening. I'll probably do this when I do my re-record. I need to look at the lyrics to see what meaning I can glean from them. But anyway, that's the you know, that's the theme of witches for me. This is the theme of magic, and the fact that that music played for Tarda, beautiful. I teared up the second time seeing it. It's not only that, it's right after Nolnoa tells him, you'll become a great witch too. It was so good. We're actually going to see that here in a bit in the manga. I am trying to think of other things to say, to speak about, but I don't know if there is anything. I swear, like, all it takes is for me to take a few days off of stream, and it feels like it's like I've never streamed before. But when I can stream like multiple days in a row, I'm like in the zone. I'll get in the zone here in a bit. It just takes me a bit sometimes. What's been helping me lately, and maybe it's part of why I'm struggling today, is I've had days where like I would hang out in VC with friends before my streams. And it would help me like build up some of that like social energy, you know? But honestly, even if there was anyone around earlier today to do that with, I probably wouldn't have. Because I would have been like, well, I need to save my energy for stream. Because I have very limited energy right now. Why are my eyes closed? There we go. Well, you know what? We're gonna be doing a bunch of yapping anyway in between panels, so... And yeah, it's been about 20 minutes, so... I'm just gonna get right back into it. What kind of spell is gonna help me out? This is the sigil of Earth, the symbol of might that controls the very land itself. It's used for drilling tunnels and crushing boulders into sand. This sigil has saved me time and time again. Oh, by the way, I'm reading these 2 pages at a time now, where, like, you notice, like, the 2 pages are on the screen at once. Somebody in the comment on one of the VODs suggested that to me, and I was like, well, duh. Of course that's how I should be doing it. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Because before I was reading it, like, vertically, but I'm gonna start doing this for the One Piece streams as well. Because, like, the way you're meant to read these is from, you know, right to left. Both pages are supposed to be in front of you when you're doing that, so... thankfully, this website, this definitely very legal website, allows me to do that. Can you fuck off? There's a fucking fly in my face. I need is there a casting spell I can draw to kill all the flies in my vicinity? What does any of that have to do with our problem now? Change the signs. The spell changes too. The form a spell takes is determined by its signs. Too long, and the spell shoots off in one direction. I like one direction. Shut up. I'm sorry. I'm ruining this. Set the signs at an angle, and the spell moves in a spiral. I think magic is like a blank slate. It doesn't fight back. It just listens to you. This is a really good pair of panels right here. With the blanket going into the other panel. Magic just listens? What's that supposed to mean? Signs. We'll take the sign of crushing, draw them upside down. What this spell usually does is break things up into tiny pieces, like turning stone into sand. But if the signs are backwards, then maybe the spell will try to put the pieces back together. Right. It'll show you the shapes. The original shapes you know so well. It's a spell for you, Tarda, to lead you to the answer. Huh? Oh, no, see, magic just listens to you. It's all sloppy and wobbly like me. When you're weak, it ends up a big mess. Hey, you did your best. And after I tried to act so clever, please, promise me you'll just forget this ever happened. Now I'm burning up with embarrassment too. It's okay, really. Hey, Sol, all we have to do is draw this again, but more carefully, right? Yeah, and you'd have to even it out. I don't know much about drawing. What I am good at is seeing balance. I'm used to it from work. Yep, they're directly calling back to first time Coco saw Tarda. I don't remember if the anime did this or not, but yeah, I love the visual motif of him doing the same thing. Hey, about this sign. Would it be okay to put it on the sides too, instead of just the top and bottom? When you shape an object, you gotta look at it from every angle. That's how pins are. With the seal as it is now, the powder's probably spilling out on the sides, making the shape all fuzzy. That is... sorry. I don't mean to rewrite your spell or anything. No, it's okay. It's just a basic spell from the primer. If you make your own adjustments and change how it works, it'll become your own original magic. Yeah, Riche could take a... could maybe use listening to that a little bit. So, try it. Okay, I'll give it a shot. It did it. It worked. Just for a second, but it worked. Incredible. Coco, I did it. Way to go. Oh, right, sorry. The medicine. This could have gone badly. None of the ones I picked were Tranquil-Leaf. I thought for sure they'd have some in here. Maybe there's some in the storehouse. Alright. Coco, I'm gonna use this seal to find you some. If I can do it if I've got this magic. Yes. Kinda reminds me of home. Thornbark, millflower, seabriar, sleeping willow, and drizzle beehive. It's really cool to see like the different ways like a manga will illustrate something and the way the anime will. Because in the anime, I don't think the anime had this exact shot. Here, I'll show it. Like I said, I can get away with showing stuff every once in a while. I don't think the anime had this exact shot, but it had like close-ups. It might have had something similar, but I remember it had like close-ups of each one. And maybe the manga does have close-ups. Let's keep reading, actually. No, it doesn't. Okay, so yeah, the anime like was able to show you even closer like those different ingredients. I recognize them all. They're just like the pictures in the book. This is incredible. Every time I hold the seal up, it's like the whole world comes into focus. All the things I worked so hard to remember, and to show me the answer. This is how great it feels to finally manage something you weren't capable of before. I love the way the dialogue complements the imagery. It's telling you how the imagery makes him feel, but like in a good way, not in like a boring way of explaining art to you. Found it. This is their stock of Tranquil-Leaf. I gotta hurry some of this back to her. Yeah, this, it really didn't show in my reaction, because I was really quiet during this moment, but maybe my quietness spoke volumes in this scene and the reaction. To me, I feel like it comes across as maybe I didn't think much of the scene, but it was like, I can't even put into words how this scene made me feel, honestly. I mean, hopefully the imagery speaks for itself, and the context of me... okay, maybe I can't put it into words, and I think I've said this before, but just seeing a disabled person finally have some form of access to something they felt like they never could have achieved before. And that's how I felt for a long time, with just wanting to be artistic. But once I got into writing, that made me realize, like, as long as my health doesn't get so bad that I can't even write, which I don't think I'm ever gonna get worse than I am now. I have times that are worse than others, but I haven't felt my lowest low in a long time. Pretty much since I got on the IV therapy. But yeah, point is, if nothing else, I can write. But thanks to this orthopedic pillow set and this rolling desk that I have that goes over my bed, I'm also able to stream and make videos in a much more accessible and relaxed way than if I was trying to do it sitting up at a desk. And I have Iron Mouse to thank for that, because I didn't consider streaming from bed until I heard about the fact that Iron Mouse did it. And I'd known for a long time that she did it, but there was just like a phase I was going through at some point last year, like mid last year, honestly around this time last year, I think, maybe a little bit later, where I was watching a lot of Iron Mouse, and I kept hearing about how she streams from bed, or she used to. I don't think she does now, but and it made me think, like, why don't I do that? And I did try it once, but what it was I turned my stream on, and then I just went over to my bed, and I had like my mic pointed at my bed, but like I didn't have access to my mouse and keyboard at all when I turned the stream on. I would have to get up to do it, and I was like playing games from a controller. It was honestly kind of more of a hassle than just sitting up and streaming. So I'd kind of given up for a while on the whole streaming from bed thing. And then I thought about it more. I was like, there's got to be something I can do. So I did more research. I found this orthopedic pillow set that is way more comfortable than sitting at a desk. I lay in bed when I stream and make videos. And like I said, I've got this desk that's on wheels that just goes right over my bed. I use some of the pillows from that orthopedic pillow set as like armrests. Otherwise, my arms would be floating, and that would not be good. And yeah, I just cable managed well. This is actually the best cable management I've ever had in any of my setups before, because I actually tried for once. So yeah, I know what it feels like as a disabled person to experience the magic of being able to find a way to do what you want to do. To be able to do what abled people can do, despite my disability. So I know what Tardo was feeling here, or at least I know something. I know a very similar feeling. It's nice. It's nice to be able to know that you can do something, even if you can't do it at full capacity. It's nice to know that there's some kind of accommodation for you. Be able to do something that makes life more than just surviving. It makes life more than just existing. It makes life feel like you're actually living and thriving in some way. And I think at the end of the day, true fulfillment comes from creative expression, connection with others, and a sense of wholeness with oneself. And yeah, I've pretty much got all three of those things. I'm not always happy, because my disability kicks my ass sometimes, and people disappoint me a lot. Even people I like, but I mean, that's just what people do. But that's life. And, you know, I'm living life, and I'm experiencing a lot of the hardships and bullshit that come with it, but at least I can say I'm living life and not just surviving in it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what this one panel with the stuff sprouting up, that's what that makes me feel. I love it. You there, hold it! Just what do you think you're doing? No doctor's on duty. What nonsense. A hospital would never be left completely unattended. How could you imagine otherwise? We're simply over in the West Wing, preparing to receive burn patients. Things around here get quite hectic after a fire. Coderpillar, yo, what's up? Yay, disability kicked ass club, me too. Hey, what's up, yo? Thank you for the follow. Oh, that's so cute. You're announcing. I see what you did there, Coderpillar, and you. I love it when people do that. People have like little like emojis that they introduce themselves with. But yo, welcome in. Hey, yeah, if you need a space, if you're disabled and you need a space, you feel welcome, and with someone you can relate to, hey, this is the this is the place for you. I'm surprised I'm getting a new viewer on Twitch for a manga stream. That usually happens on YouTube, which is also a new occurrence for me. But hey, welcome in. So I've watched all 13 episodes of the Witch at Atelier anime, and now I'm just reading through the manga. At least the manga panels, or the manga chapters that have been adapted for the anime. Seeing as we got a trailer for Season 2 already, that probably means it's coming out in less than a year. So I'm just gonna wait for Season 2 to come out so I can continue my anime reaction series for Witch at Atelier. So yeah, probably today we'll end up catching up to where the anime is. So I'll stop reading the manga there for a while. There is like a spin-off series called Witch at Atelier Kitchen that I'm also gonna read. But other than that, main thing I'll be doing after today is gonna be reading One Piece and doing this thing called Fandom Friday. I won't get into Fandom Friday right now, but cool little thing we started doing. very community-focused thing. Maybe I'll explain it later, but right now, I want to keep reading. Honestly, though, staying overzealous hands is precisely the reason we don't use labels. You could have made things worse with the wrong medicine, and we have to first check what she's already taken. I'm sorry, I just panicked, and it's admirable of you to want to help your friend. But herbs make poisons as easily as medicines. Administering them requires proper education. In this case, tranquil leaf just happened to be the correct choice. Have you been studying apothecary? Perhaps you're considering a path into medicine. Huh? No, I'm... Ah, I hadn't noticed your hat. You're studying to be a witch, hmm? I actually like it in the anime more where she says, like, I didn't realize I was talking to an apprentice witch. It feels more, like, definitive. I think it gives more context for this look that he gives. It feels more definitive for Tarda. I like your response to what is Zealot's favorite dinosaur. The coelacanth, because it has a giant spiky thumbnail that's badass. Coelacanths have a thumbnail? I know iguanodons do. That was a very human response, though. Good job not being a bot. Good job being born, I guess. This is actually a crazy combination of panels. Because you've got Tarda here going like, I am a witch. And then Coco being like, yep, I did that. Or we did that. And then like the fire. I love it. I'm glad you enjoy human creativity. We need more of that. Yeah, fuck AI. I'll say that with my full chest up. I'm glad I made it in time. I never would have guessed an infant might be asleep upstairs. Oh, thank goodness he's safe. Where would we have been without you? Other witches have arrived from the island. I should start making my way back. Worried about my apprentice. I want to be bedside. Ah! Hey now, where are you off to? Do you make any comics yourself? No, I'm not really that good at art. But I am a writer. I make video essays, on like movies and anime. And I write my own original stories, some of which you can find on my, my website. Some of which, you can find in audiobook form on my YouTube, on one of my other YouTube channel. Actually, no, you're not watching on YouTube, you're watching on Twitch. On my ZealotPara Stories channel, that's where you can find that stuff. My other channel that I'm currently streaming to, that's like unscripted stuff. I've also got a Sonic fanfic thing coming out. A Silver and Blaze thing. That might be coming out this week. If all goes well with that. I am a writer, but yeah, I'm not consistent enough with drawing to do comics. That would be cool maybe to do that one day, but right now I just focus on like novel literature style. To the hospital, to... Cripes, you abandoning our bar? The flames ain't even out yet. Everything's a piece of cake for you witch types, right? Just wiggle your fingers and problem solved. That's why you gotta lead the way at times like these. Magic's not exactly as simple as that. Outsiders don't have the faintest idea. Don't worry about it. Go. My master and I can handle this. I appreciate it. There's nothing easy about it. Not in the slightest. If magic were that simple, we would be untroubled by pain and suffering. I'm having an easier time reading today so far. Because my throat was kind of sore last time I read. Just because I think it was... Previously, because I think it was because I'd done quite a few streams that week. But what's helped... I think I also had tea before that stream too, but it does help today that I had tea pee before today as well. It feels so much easier to breathe. God, I could use some of that right now. I've been kind of short of breath today. I'm feeling better than I was earlier, though. That nap helped. That's good to hear. You're looking much better this morning. Your fever appears to have subsided, too. I guess the medicine must have helped. Thanks, Tarda. Well, really, I should be thanking you, I guess. Witches sure are amazing. Yeah, they certainly are. Oh, that's really cute, because that's her saying, like, hey, you're a witch too. No, I mean, you're amazing, Coco. I seem to remember it running out the sides. Huh? But my spell was all floppy, and... I read those in the wrong order, whatever. God, you just gotta love, you gotta love Tarda's just lack of shame. Hey up there. Come on down, you two. Oh, this wasn't that little, actually that last little interaction wasn't in the anime at all. Oh wait, that was Nonoa saying that. Hey up there. Come on down, you two. I don't know what that was. That was not my Nonoa voice. Tarta, me boy, I was worried. You didn't come home. Then I heard there was a fire and... Sorry, Grandpa. Thanks for letting me know, Keyfree. Oh. That's right. I wanted to ask about that bright light from the other day. Bright light? That's crazy. That's insane. Keyfree is the king of gaslighting. They make pills now for floppy spells? What do you mean by that? Guess Keyfree didn't see it either. No, never mind. It must have been my imagination. It's not right to doubt him when I'm not sure myself. I should look into it more first. Keyfree's watching him. You're scared me, Keyfree. Better be shoving off soon. I guess we should be on our way too. Yeah. Oh, I like how the anime added more build-up for this moment. Hey, Coco! I'm gonna make a pin just for you! And I'm gonna cross the river with my very own magic to deliver it. I promise. Sounds good. I love that moment. I can't wait. Seems like you two have become fast friends. Yeah, she's really something. And I'm sure she's gonna become an even more amazing witch in time. And you'll be amazing too, my boy. Ooh. Okay, I love the transition from this scene to the shot of the forest. The anime also captured a very similar feeling where it just goes from this to this and it's like, ooh, you know. He's having infantile dysfunction. I see. So it was nightmares disturbing your sleep. After reading that message, it's going to be more than that disturbing my sleep. Dreams aren't easy to address. Magic to put someone to sleep is forbidden. But you can't even use like melatonin magic? But let's search for another way to help you. All great discoveries are born of adversity. Thank you, Master. But I think I'm going to be okay now. You sure? Don't overdo it again. I'm sure. I can feel it. 'Cause I found a glimmer of hope. Yep. I love that. She could feel that connection she made with Tarda. She could feel how much hope it gave Tarda to Also, I need to make sure of something real quick. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any messages in YouTube chat. Oh, I was! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Gideon, are you still there? My YouTube chat wasn't working. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry. I wasn't ignoring YouTube chat. I just couldn't see it. I mean, I could see it, but it was like... Streaming to YouTube is so jank. Hi, YouTube chat. I'm so sorry. It was gnarly this weekend. Chapter covers are always so amazing. God damn it. Dude, I hate streaming to YouTube. It's so ass sometimes. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Coco could feel how much it meant to Tarda, how him finding an accessible way to use magic, right? And Coco could feel that positivity, that change in his life, and it's like she says, a glimmer of hope. She could feel that glimmer of hope, and it's that connection they made is gonna ease a lot of her anxiety. I love it. I've gone into a lot more depth into Coco and Tarda in some of my videos. Oh, hang on, we're not even done with the chapter yet. The signs are reversed. The spell has the opposite effect. Oh, that's right. It also gave her hope that to use this, maybe this is a way that she could free her mom from the thing. And that means the same should be true even for forbidden spells. All I need to do is reverse the signs in the seal from the picture book. That might be all it takes to reverse the spell that turned my mother to stone. God, I feel so shitty. I've ignored YouTube chat for like 40 minutes. Almost 50, actually. Oh, this chapter still isn't over. Coco! Hey, Coco! Over here! We were so worried. Are you okay? Is your fever gone? Oh, I'm so relieved, so relieved. Oh, Riche looks like genuinely so worried here. Oh, even a got. Especially a got. Oh boy. Well, it's finally that time to whip out the Sauceron voice. I understand your gift didn't work out as well as planned. This is terrible. Seems that peace has not yet made fools of them all. Yet we cannot sit idle. We must continue to act. This is terrible. And I suppose you, the very embodiment of forbidden magic, intend to make the next move? Indeed. When the apprentices leave their teacher's protection to take the test, we shall have an opportunity we cannot afford to miss. Maybe I should plug my nose when I do this voice. And the apprentices leave their teacher's protection to take the test. No, that's not any better. It also makes it hard. I'm already having a hard enough time breathing. Quadriffin. Resembles a dragonfly when in flight, with each of its four wings being independent of the others. Its method of flight is therefore quite unlike that of other birds, and it enables the creature to quickly change directions mid-air. Body length typically measures 60 centimeters and wingspan 150 centimeters. A related species is the griffin, which exhibits 2 additional legs instead of the extra pair of wings. I might as well read all of these. Brush Buddy. Small creatures covered in fur like the soft bristles of a riding brush, fond of the scent of conjuring ink. When given the chance, known to cover their own bodies in ink and frolic around, an ink pot left uncovered and unattended may result in quite a messy room if any brush buddies are around. In addition to the white-furred variety, numerous other colorings exist, even ones with patterned appearances. Yeah, I think I've seen fan art of that. I wasn't sure if that was canon or not, though. Preferred diet includes nuts and fruits. Exhibits a much shorter, almost round appearance at birth. Pegasus. Oh, I need to see a baby brush buddy, please. I would kill to see that. Winged steeds used to draw flying carriages. Even within the cities, passage on such a carriage implies a certain degree of wealth. The animals have 2 pairs of wings, one pair each sprouting from where one would expect to find the ears and tail of a normal horse. These extra appendages are cause for some scientific debate about whether the animal should be classified as having 4 or 8 limbs. In the interest of avoiding leg injuries, takeoff from and landing on stone surfaces is generally prohibited. Slightly lower than a normal horse when running on the ground. Interesting. Dragon. Rarely, if ever seen, near centers of human population. Diet is varied and includes both meat and vegetation. Extremely territorial, known to strike at intruders with its long, whip-like tail, like a diplodocus. Capable of gliding through the air and largely unaffected by flames, these creatures' scales and eggshells are sources of highly prized conjuring ink dyes. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm glad I read all these. Also, what song is this game from? What game is this song from? Skyward Sword? It sounds like Freerun music. Here we go, chapter 4. Or volume 4. Yeah, this ends exactly at chapter 23. There's a bonus chapter. I wonder what that is. I don't know if that's what we just read, or... Oh yeah, this is the part in the anime where I thought Agat looked like Tanjiro with her hair back. Mating season for the scale wolves. They slam into each other, knocking off their stiff plate scale fur, all to protect their newborns from injury. If they didn't feel the need to form pairs, they could keep their armor on all the time. I feel like she said more in the anime, or maybe it was just more drawn out in between the words. I don't mind. Here's more. Well, no, but I feel like even that part had more. She had more to say. I figured I had nothing to learn from her, and believed outsiders to be ignorant, that nothing would be accomplished by their coming into contact with magic. But if she properly masters the principles, what difference will be left between her and any of us? Yeah, I noticed this before already, but I think it's interesting how Agat is a much more open-minded and introspective person than I initially thought. Because before I saw this scene in the anime, and maybe a little bit sooner than that, I'd kind of like clocked Agat as being very similar to Noelle Silva, and there are still some similarities, but Noelle is very stubborn and very open, very narrow-minded, at least at first. Whereas Agat is actually, compared to where Noelle was at her point in her relative journey to Agat at this point in the story, Agat is way more open-minded. Agat is very, very introspective, and, because Agat... Hear me out. Agat actually reminds me a lot of Miyamoto Musashi. Specifically from Takahiko Inoue's Vagabond manga. So, in Vagabond, Musashi is someone he's got a lot of problems. He's very fucked up. However, he is someone who, in regards to processing his thoughts, he thrives in isolation. He is a very productive thinker when he's alone. He spends a lot of time alone. And, you know, Agat does as well. We see her, like, just flying around on her own here. So, both Agat and Musashi, are deep thinkers. They, again, they're very productive when they're able to think, when they're able to be alone and process things. And although they both, Musashi more than Agat, although they both have a lot of, problems in their heads. They never stay down about one thing for too long. There are things that are constants throughout their lives. At least from, you know, from what I've seen from a GOT so far. Things that bother them that are constants in their lives. But, sorry, my brain went in a million places. A million irrelevant places. I don't know. I still feel bad about not being able to see YouTube chat for so long. But yeah, a guy is someone who, and I kind of relate to this too. Like, I also do my best thinking when I'm alone, when I have like a significant amount of time to be isolated. In terms of like the stuff that deeply troubles me, those things I need to process on my own. Talking to people does help, but I get the most work done on that stuff in complete deep isolation. So I would be hard pressed if anybody told me they believed that a GOT was anything other than an introvert. I would be you'd have to do some heavy mental gymnastics to make me believe otherwise. Make me believe she was anything other than an introvert. But yeah, it just surprised me how open-minded a GOT is. I think we've seen that she doesn't do super well under pressure. Even not just around other people, like when there was like a storm, she was having a hard time focusing. So a GOT thrives in quiet. Also, I never thought about this before, but I think maybe a GOT gets overstimulated easily. Yeah, I never thought about that before yet, but I do see that. Like, she gets overstimulated, especially in like group settings. You can tell that although she does, deep down, she does care for the other Kieflings. I feel like she appreciates people more from a distance and less, again, in group settings. She might do better in one-on-one interactions, but we haven't seen a whole lot of healthy one-on-one interactions from a GOT where she's just like being like, where a GOT is just like being friendly with somebody. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, but we have seen in private she figured out, because at first she had problems with Coco. She's crashed out in front of Coco before, but I think even at just this point right here, she's gotten over that. You can tell she's had a lot of time to think about that and be like, a GOT is a very self-aware person, although there are things that she hasn't faced about herself yet. She's like Musashi. She doesn't she's hyper aware of herself. Even if she doesn't always understand what's going on with herself, she's hyper aware that there's something going on. You might have like more extroverted people who might not think as inwardly all the time. Who it might be harder for them to be as aware of those things. Whereas people like a GOT and Musashi and myself, it comes more naturally to think deeply. That isn't to say I've always had that ability. Honestly, I haven't really had that ability until these last few years. Because for most of my life, I was just like shut off from my thoughts. And it was bad. But thankfully, I was able to tune into that part of myself where I can think more inwardly. I did it! Hooray! Splendid work! Yay! Dude, this would so be me. This would so be me. I was describing before, like, this exact interaction with, like, me and Tedia, but I guess I would be like that with Coco, too. Your drawing hand has grown much steadier with time, Coco. Thank you, but... Sorry, I was thinking about how Ollie is off screen right now. Quote unquote sleeping. I did apostrophes with my fingers. His way of listening in, his way of looking out for everybody. There still aren't many spells I feel I can draw well. Whenever I'm in a pinch, I always end up using the same few. Like this one or this other one. It seems to me that spells which are easy to use, employed cleverly, with few failures, and drawn without a thought, might just be your speciality. I have a specialty? Indeed. Look closely, and I think you'll find that the spells you often use include many straight lines. Compared to your curves, your straight lines run bold and true. In fact, I seem to recall you showing me something similar when we first met. Finding a type of magic you're good at helps you feel sure of yourself at times when you need it most. When uncertainty strikes, try reminding yourself of your strengths out loud. My specialty is straight lines. Straight lines are my specialty! I'm good at drawing straight lines! Now that I know, it's time to practice! Here I go! Lines are gonna be my beeline to success! Wait. You needn't focus on the spells you're already good at. They'll improve naturally. Attention is much better spent on ones you cannot yet draw, or otherwise wouldn't think to use. Who knows? You may even discover another specialty. I can't seem to decide if I want to say specialty or speciality. Right. Oh, right? Okay. I'm just starting to realize that seals look even more incredible than they did before. I don't know what it is, but the way Shirahama, even in like these panels without backgrounds, she draws like these like textures in the back that somehow give these like white void settings like dimension. It also helps that like the books are laid out here. I don't know how to describe it. Again, I'm not like that experienced of like visual art, so I don't know exactly what it is that is going on there, but I like it. Ever since I learned about how they're constructed, it feels like I'm able to understand the incredibly difficult things being done. Incredible. This is incredible. Oh wow. The magic incredible people draw is incredible. Wow. Find some new vocabulary for praising things. They just feel so incredibly beyond me. Want to look at them together? No. I like drawing spells, but I don't like looking at them. No? Are you sure? I'm sure. You might learn something. You're trying too hard. Simply having your hands practice the act of drawing isn't studying magic, Riche. Observing remarkable spells and analyzing how they're constructed trains our eyes to... I said I don't want to look! Riche! Are you alright? You're not hurt, are you? I cannot condone the acting... Hang on, I need a second. I'm getting dizzy. There was like some yelling earlier that like fucked me up. I cannot condone the casting of magic in anger. It's terribly dangerous. Dude, what is with these girls and slapping Kiefer's hand? He deserves better. Hey, Riche, wait! A pity. With eyes closed to guidance, and ears plugged to teacher's words, progress stays forever a stranger. Rugio. Riche! I wanna apologize for earlier. Huh? Riche? She's not here. But I'm sure I saw her run back to her room. Hmm? By the way, I had a thought off stream. I don't remember what reminded me of it. I think I was just thinking about Coco. I noticed Coco's default thing in stressful situations is to immediately go into trying to do something for somebody else. It's a very altruistic trait. Because I noticed, um, when during Coco's nightmare or after Coco's nightmare, some people might default to trying to do something to help themselves, like, oh, you know, I'll go. Even like Coco, like, you know, what she did was she started working on a god's sylph shoes, and for some people that might have been like, oh, I need to do something to keep me busy, to distract myself from these troubling thoughts. Or somebody might do something else. It's like, hey, I need to do something for myself to make myself feel better. But what Coco did was she defaulted to, you know, wanting to do something for somebody else, for a god, wanting to fix her sylph shoes. And that's a god's like default, like go-to thing for for when she is stressed out. Her default thing is, I need to do something for somebody else. She kind of reminds me of some of my friends, honestly, in that regard. And I think maybe it's a coping mechanism for her because, you know, her long-term goal is to save her mother. But I think in the meantime, I think she gets some form of catharsis by being able to help other people. There was even a point I noticed in one of the other streams where Coco helped this one lady who kind of looked like her mother, who vaguely resembled Coco's mother. And Coco, I don't remember if this is in the anime, but Coco said, like, I'm sorry to the woman or something like that. And I was like, wow, like Coco is, I need to make this a short. Coco is doing everything she can in her daily life to try to make amends for what she did to her mother, and to try to, like, she's thinking about her mother constantly, and of course she is, right? But it's a really interesting detail I've noticed of Coco is, like, she's always, with her interactions with other people, through her actions, even in private, she's always trying to connect to her mother in some way, because she's just not ready to let her go. And whether or not she's gonna have to, whether or not they're even gonna be able to save her at all, you know, we don't know. So yeah, it's really touching, but it's also really sad to see her, the way she copes with this trauma of being responsible for what she did to her mother and everything. Brush Buddy, do you know where she is? Hey, why are you jumping into... Ah! Brush Buddy? What is this place? Was that pot some kind of a contraption? Oh, did she? I don't remember if she said that in the anime. Because before I was, like, confused as to how, Of course it's like a window way. Or something similar. Of course it is. Because I was like, how is Riche in this same location in her flashback with her brother? When that was years ago, before she probably even knew about Keyfree. I was like, how is that in the same... Because I was in the mindset of this hidey hole place was physically under Keyfree's atelier. But now I realize this is probably somebody somewhere else. They were transported here. I don't know how I didn't think about that until now. In a series that has, you know, a form of teleportation. I don't know how I didn't think about that. Whoa. I never said you could come in here. Sorry, I was just following the Brush Buddy, and... I feel like Riche is only not as mad at Coco as she would have been normally. It's funny, Brush Buddy is always leading Coco into people's private spaces. Maybe there's something to glean from that. I'll try to think about that. Because before she led, Brush Buddy led Coco into Ollie's place of dwelling, and this time into Riche's. But yeah, I feel like Riche is softer on Coco here than maybe she would have been normally, because we know Riche loves Brush Buddy, and I feel like Coco sort of being responsible for bringing Brush Buddy here. As she's probably like, fine, I'll only won't be mad at you because you brought my little pet. That spell up there is lovely. It's like the ribbons are made out of crystal. It doesn't have a name yet. I made it up myself. Your very own spell? Wow, that's incredible. They're so pretty. They bring joy to my eyes. Wow. You have a novel way of observing them. I really like this spell. Ooh. The manga and anime both have different ways of capturing the look on Riche's face here. Like, Riche seeing Coco's amazement at the spell, like this face. It's really powerful in the manga and anime. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a fascinating expression for me. I guess it's an expression. I would describe this look and the look from the anime differently, honestly. Because, like, here, it's like, whoa, this person is, like, actually... I don't know how to describe it. I think I need more time to think about it. Maybe I'll have more to say on it in the breakdown video. But this look has always astonished me. And again, it is different here than in the anime. Whoa! When you look at it from below, it gets even more sparkly! So pretty! I love it! It's so great! You won't. You can have one. I've got a bunch of them anyway. Really? I feel so lucky. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you something? Why don't you like looking at books? Also, I feel bad. I need to... I'm letting the YouTube chat people know. Here, I'll do this. I'm sorry I wasn't reading YouTube chat earlier. I couldn't see the messages. I feel so bad about that. The YouTube chat was just like broken for me earlier. Right. I don't know anything about magic, so to me, books about it are fascinating. I like imagining what kind of people were behind each spell, and what drove them to create it. I'm only interested in my own spells. You start reading, and next, someone's telling you to copy what's in there, and then you're being made to draw stuff you don't care about. Stuff that isn't your own. I've had enough of that. Riche? This has nothing to do with you. I don't need anyone else's magic. I refuse to let mine be tainted. Before Riche came here, she was studying under another witch, but she broke off that apprenticeship. That stubbornness is her shield, her way of protecting herself. I feel like this scene was worded in a different way, because I don't remember being told by the series that apprentices had the choice to choose to change their master. Because I think I found that out from somebody in chat or in a comment or something. Maybe it was said though. But I do remember the parallel between Riche and the what do you call it? The Scale Wolves and Uini and the Scale Wolves, which is interesting that Uini and Riche both have a connection, considering they both have parallels to Scale Wolves, and so does Agat as well. Agat made that parallel herself, actually. The anime doesn't mention that apprentices choose their master. Interesting. Would have been nice to know. It's an interesting detail because I feel like the children in this series are portrayed as not having a whole lot of like agency. So it's actually surprising to me that they can change masters like that, and yet masters can't change apprentices. I feel like maybe, so after finding out about Beidroot, I think his name is something like that, and hearing that he's a disabled wise one, I'm thinking maybe the current set of 3 wise ones are more progressive than past ones. So maybe like the current ones are trying to change things. I don't know. I don't know how long the ability to change an apprentice to be able to change their master has been a thing. I don't know. I don't know. Welcome in, by the way, Celine. Welcome back. Beldarut. Okay. Beldarut is my favorite character. I can't wait for you to meet him, whether that be in the manga or season 2. Yeah, I think YouTube chat has teased him to me before. But I found out about him through a streamer that I rated. She was showing me the art book, which I now have. You can look back at the beginning of the VOD. I was showing off the art book. But yeah, I haven't even met the character yet in the story proper, but I already want to cosplay Beldarut. I feel like it'd be very fitting for me. It'd be very appropriate. Oh, and Keyfree, I forgot that Keyfree makes the parallel here. She's like a scale wolf, surrounded by long, plated scales. Taught to know how closely to approach. Vapor aren't quite as straightforward as spells, are they? Catch. What are these? Stones. A new creation of mine. Snugstones. Snugstone, a crystallized deposit modified to radiate a faint, pleasant warmth. Keeps one toasty in any environment, without the need for an open flame. Keep one of those in bed with you, when I'm not there. And you'll sleep warm and toasty from head to toe. It's just for peace of mind, but go ahead and share one with each of the girls. Much obliged. Your spells are always so thoughtful. Much more eloquent than your words. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm only doing it for work. I need some opinions about how effective they are before I start selling them. Yes, of course. Sure, let's leave it at that. Us manga readers were really thrown by the color of the Snugstone, because many of us imagined it had a warm reddish or orange color. Wasn't it more like bluish? I think it had more of like a glassy look to it in the anime. I think you gave me one too many. There are 5 here. 4 for the apprentices, and 1 for you. Show them that it's important to get a good night's sleep. You know, teach by example. That's your job, right? I shall keep that in mind. Why do I feel like this panel is very like... This is very like... Oh yeah, I forgot I'm in love with that man. It's like he fell in love with Ollie for the first time all over again or something. Somebody lobotomized me. We're receiving a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Hey, Master, I'm back. What perfect timing. I've received word from the Great Hall. The date for the second test has been decided. When? I loved her delivery in the English dub in the anime. She was like, "When are we leaving?" It was so like urgent. Like, it was very in character though. At dawn, 3 days hence, we're to assemble at the Serpent Back cave on Cape Romanon. Oh boy, we're getting here. Gulp. Hey, what's up, Dead by Deadbolt? I hope you're doing good. Feels like it's been forever since I streamed. It's only been a few days, but I would have streamed sooner. But I haven't been feeling great. I'm still not feeling great, but I'm feeling a little better than not as great as I was not feeling great before. So it's something. Scale wolves. Ooh, I saw this art in the art book. I was wondering if this was something that happens later in the story, but Oh, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so you've got the snake, which I think represents the serpent back cave test. She's wearing the scale. She's wearing like scale of armor. She's wearing she's holding a sword, interestingly. And she has a shield here. The shield gives very Romanon. From what I've seen from like the Romanon style, it gives very Romanon. Sword? I don't know what the sword is representing here. I'll have to think on that. I'm doing fine. I just got off a Fish's stream after grinding Crossworlds. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I'm kidding. Hope you had fun. Seems like it's kind of hard to have fun in that game these days. But honestly, with Fish's community, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Are you trying to make a ribbon out of crystal? That's an adorable spell, Richelette. Look, really, over there. It's Rolly Wally, Shiny. Sorry, I can't keep doing that voice. It's Rolly Wally and Shiny Whiny. So pretty. Really? What is it? Know what? Your big brother loves the way your spells are just like you. I hope you never change, Riche. Just stay the way you are. I turned into Kiefer there for a second. Really? Where are you going? Aren't you gonna look at my spells anymore? No, really, don't go. I was dreaming. It was fun. Yeah, I get serious with that game and complain about usage, although I'm aware that is part of the game. Item usage, I mean. Yeah, I know somebody who was playing the game recently who got blocked and cursed out by streamers just for playing the game. So, yeah, that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth with the community for that game. It's like, if you're willing to get mad at people for just playing the game, like that mad at people, it's like, Jesus Christ. No, yeah, I know you wouldn't go that far. You're really nice, but yeah, people take it to that extreme. Oh, CW is Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Really fiend. I couldn't remember how he sounded in the anime. Good morning, Riche. Perhaps you could awaken the others. The dawn is nigh. I don't remember. Damn, I don't remember this shot in the anime. Wait a minute. Was this in the anime? I feel like I remember this. Bro was just like, bro is just going full Disney princess mode with the birds. Kiefer is my favorite Disney princess, honestly. Entrance of the Serpent Bat Cave, Cape Romanon. Yeah, no, the scene just cut straight to this part where Got was about to eat. I don't believe it. I slept so soundly. I was supposed to practice right up to the last minute. It's all this Snugstone's fault. It's so warm and toasty. It works. I'm glad you were able to sleep well. Don't fret, Agot. No matter how prepared one is, the thought that one could have done more always lingers. In fact, I'd say it's better if you've still a few spots left to polish when the time to act is at hand. You need only be as you are now. Do as such. You'll be ready to do more when the next time comes. There isn't going to be a next time. I'm going to pass this in one shot. I'm of the House of Arklum. Enjoy your toasty stones. Yeah, no, that wasn't in the anime. Hey, what's up, Faye? Oh, what spirit? I don't remember what Cuckrow sounds like. A difference of night and day for my little disappointment here. He just can't pass this test. My apprentice Urini has already failed twice. That's twice we had to wait the full year to reapply. My, would I like to swap his drawing hand, that of a daughter of the esteemed House of Arklom. Lord Cuckrow, an apprentice isn't something with parts to be traded. That's the devil of it, isn't it? It's not something you can send in for repairs, either. I must insist that you refrain. It's fine, really. It's my own fault for always messing up. What my master says is all true. I'm a poor excuse for an apprentice, always causing trouble for Master Kokoro. And, really, I feel terrible, because he's always being criticized, because I'm such a worthless apprentice, and I know there's no way someone like me will ever end up as a half-decent witch, and... Yumini? I've kept you all waiting. Apologies. Our nearest windowway is crumbling apart, and I ended up having to walk all the way here. Free! It's a giant talking brush buddy! Oh, look at that. Coco, your face is gleaming. But observe closely, and you'll find that this is, in fact, a true blue witch. But I thought transformations were forbidden. It's a mirror cloak of borrow shade, contraption that, when wrapped around the body, presents the illusion of any boost encountered. And I am Lyra. It's very nice to meet you. I am here today to proctor the second test. My future wife. Now whether or not I'm talking about Lyra or Kiefer, you decide. I didn't expect you'd be assigned. Your chance, I assure you. I see you've brought all your apprentices, even those who won't be taking the test. True to its name, the sincerity of the shield requires you to serve as a guardian, just like a shield-bearing knight. Okay, so that was the whole thing with the shield and sword thing with Riche, is just her showing that she's taking that test. I forgot that it had that symbolism with it. Your duty is to see that your charge journeys safely. It's to see that your charge journeys safely all the way from the exit to the back of the Serpent Bat Cave. I don't know if it's just because I've been nauseous lately, but that sentence set me for a loop. You mustn't lose sight of your charge, and to pass, you must both arrive at the exit together. And of course, any spells cast must be done without being discovered. What happens if we're seen casting? Will we have to erase the memories? Pixelated. Oh my god, hi! Hello. I guess you never know when to expect a raid, but I wasn't expecting a raid. Hello. Hello, what were y'all doing? Owl, I don't know if you've raided me before. I don't think I've raided you before. I do apologize for that. That might be a time zone thing. But hey, what were y'all up to? Thank you so much for the raid. Pixel's power went out, so he might be a minute. Gotcha. Well, hey, welcome in, new folks. You have raided into ZealotPara. You might be thinking, who the hell is ZealotPara? I've never said this before. I don't know if anybody else says this, but I've thought about saying this. I am your media analysis VTuber. I'm not just a VTuber. I usually am a VTuber on stream. In my videos, I do face cam. But yeah, I love studying fiction. I don't really do a whole lot of gaming anymore. I pretty much, most of what you'll see me doing these days is reading manga on stream, or doing something we call Fandom Friday, where it's like viewer call-ins and we discuss like our favorite stories and stuff. Yeah, we do a lot of that, a lot of media analysis stuff. So, hey, if that sounds good to you, this is the place to follow. Follow me, set me free. I was playing FF14, but these ding-dang thunderstorms kept taking my power out. I hate that. I hate it when that happens. Tech issues are the worst. You're just trying to like chill out, enjoy your stream, hang out with your community, and the world is like, hey, how about we don't let you do that. But I hope for anyone that sticks around for your raid, I hope I can, you know, I hope this is this is the next best thing for you from Owl's stream. But if you need to do the whole raid and run situation, I'm actually getting pretty hungry myself. I need to take an intermission at some point. Then yeah, go take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're welcome to hang out as long as you're not worried about which ATELIER spoilers. We're currently at the point in the manga where the anime is about to wrap up. The first season of the anime about wraps up. So, if that troubles you, you probably don't want to stick around. Otherwise, we're gonna keep reading. And thank you again for the raid. That means a lot to me. Hopefully, I can return the favor some point soon. I gotta get to reading the manga. Yes, you do. Thank you for the follow, though. I will be reading One Piece tomorrow. We're in the middle of the Baratie arc. Well, I can't promise we're reading tomorrow because my health hasn't been great lately, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. That's for damn sure. So that might give you an opportunity to watch, assuming you're not also worried about One Piece spoilers. Anna Flavia Elric, yo, welcome back. I think I'll just say Anna. That's all right. I'm late, but I arrived. Oh, no worries. I started pretty early today because I was bored. I had a point today where I was like, you know what? I think I can stream finally, after a few days of not being able to stream. So I was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity while I'm feeling it. If you're seen, well, you didn't worry about the secret of magic getting out, but you certainly won't have much chance of passing. Once they realize you're human. Put on your cloaks and come take a peek for yourself. Wow! Squawk, 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 squawk! Are those griffins? Not quite. Merfins. A different species that inhabits the coasts. God, I love how like whimsical Elira looks here. Like Elira like seeing them too. The cave itself is a mystical ruin, a remnant from an age of chaos. Magic has made the cave into a winding maze. Danger awaits if you stray from the serpentine path. So, the second test is about using spells to protect the birds from the magic of the cave. Oh wait, that was Coco saying that. So, the second test is about using spells to protect the birds from the magic of the cave. Precisely. Humans rarely set foot into this ruin, but for creatures of the land, it has long served as an important route to breeding and wintering grounds. Oh, to breeding and wintering grounds. As witches, we have a responsibility to change them, to them for changing their world. That is why, every year, we lead and protect their fledglings, that they may journey through safely. Thanks to the cloaks, these merfins should see you as a part of their flock. Why am I doing like like David Attenborough cadence? But if you take them off or alter their seals, the little ones will spot you and quickly flee. So that's how the test works. It's like keeping people's attention diverted while casting. But this is trickier. Each test taker will be in charge of one bird. Here, this one's yours. Huh? Why are you giving Riche one? You've made a mistake. I'm not taking any test. That's odd. You're signed up for it. No mistake here. You'll be taking the test too, Riche. You lied to me. Riche? Old Master Kifri became my teacher. He promised to let me do things how I wanted. That's why I agreed to come here. But you're just like all the other adults. You're gonna boss me around without any care for what I want. I'm certainly not about to dismiss your desires. In fact, it is because I do not dismiss them that I'd like to see you attempt the test. The things you will learn here will surely provide a boon in leading the life you'd like to lead. That is why I ask you to trust me for today. Yeah, I like that she looks... It's interesting that she looks at Coco, and that's what makes her change her mind. I wonder... I haven't really... I don't think I've talked about that yet. Fine. But I'll take the test the way I want to take it. Of course. That's quite alright.
If I try it and don't like it, I won't be taking it again.
I love them? Which ones? That's the part where you just respond if yes.
And if it makes me not me anymore, I won't ever believe a thing you say again.
Seems like you've got a bit of a handful too. It doesn't matter what you say to the bad ones. They only bicker and plead, but master... Ah, such a chore, isn't it? Why must children always... Oh, pardon me. Were you saying something? Oh goodness, it's this late already. I need to get back to the Great Hall.
Surely you jest. You'll not stay for your own apprentice's test.
All I'd be doing is standing and waiting at the exit. I spent all day last time, and the time before, only for him to fail. I have work to attend to. Surely you two can manage to look after him. Now then, I'll leave you all to it. All of them, not Kakuro.
I don't believe it. He really left.
You know, Yamini, as an apprentice, choice of your master is up to you. Oh, wait, I don't remember this interaction. Did Kifui offer this in the anime too? I don't remember him saying... I remember him saying something to Yamini, but not this. If you feel like changing ateliers, it's your right to do so.
Going somewhere else won't change the fact that I always mess up. And I'm sure, if I pass this test, my master's opinion of me will change. I think. Probably. Oh, and if that happens, he'll start introducing me as a star apprentice and talk me up in front of others all the time, and... Anyway, I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, right then. Yes, do your best.
Elira, shouldn't we intervene?
I'll make a report at the Great Hall, of course, but ultimately, it's up to the apprentice to decide under whom to study. It's weird. I feel like I remember them talking here, but I don't remember them saying these exact things. This got cut out of the anime, unfortunately. I wish they kept this in because I feel it's important to understand Yuani's character a bit better. Yeah. The idea that you can choose, that apprentices can choose who they study under, that was not knowledge you get from the anime. I've actually been pretty good lately. I've actually been pretty good at picking up the things that have been cut out. Like noticing, like, wait a minute, that wasn't in the anime. If he was ready to adopt another one, yeah. Leave your apprentice alone, said the guy who left the girls alone for days at the beginning of the story. May none stray in the darkness, and may all reach the exit safely. May your spells guide you so. May your spells clear the way. They're on the move! Quickly! It begins! Ooh. That's a really good panel. Just a god staring into the void. Oh, they cut out, or if they didn't cut out, they added some introspectiveness in the anime here.
They went in there.
Well then, how about a late breakfast for us? Along with a little history lesson.
History?
That's right. I'm going to teach you about second breakfast. Sorry. Yes. Yes, I expect you still don't know too much about the Serpent-Back Cave and other mystical ruins. Do you, Coco? Oh, my bad. I thought that was Elira speaking. Whatever. Many forbidden spells drawn before the day of the pact, yet remain in our world, like scars across the land. Eek.
We're supposed to traverse this?
It's like I said, a test of magic against magic. So, how will you proceed? I love Elira's face here. So much sass, so much slay. Love it. With what magical shields will you forge your paths, my young knights? Baby Riche. Yeah, this is what's nice about reading manga, is you get to see these, like, illustrations. Unable to bear the thought that his crown stood atop anything less than the greatest peak, the king of Dada selfishly raised mountains into the sky, from which he peered down atop onto his fields of battle. I think this is new, or quote-unquote new. Seeking to have the dead walk once more, the dark witch of Threestus turned an entire silverwood forests into woods of gloom and shadow, filled with miasma most thick. Actually, yeah, that's all new right there. Oh, this might actually be Tedia talking. I love Yuri! What? That's their name in YouTube chat. Shirahama's art is so good? That's true. I agree with your name and your message.
In the smoky wastes of the far north, and the gaping maw of the Zorzar Straits in the east, they're all places that were worked by magic in days before the Pact.
I can't tell if Kifri is talking here or Tedia. Yes, thank you, Yuri is amazing. I mean, hey, you gotta tell me twice. You're preaching to the choir. It is precisely to avoid repeating such mistakes that we must know your history well. I describe Kifri and Ollie as doomed boy Yuri. And to aid that study, each point of the pentacle of proving is placed at one of the many mystical ruins in our world.
Does that mean there's some scary story about Cape Romanon too?
My, is somewhat excited to hear. Yes, very much.
I want to know more about magic.
Okay, so this is gonna lead into the part where the anime episode started. I wanted to acknowledge this, by the way. This witch, this brimmed cap right here, which I guess they weren't called brimmed caps back then. This is creepy as shit. Spider eyes. Scared. Long ago. Why did it... There we go. There flourished here a civilization known as the Cavern Nation of Romanon. It was home to craftsmen of the highest caliber, able to weave gold into the most intricate designs using magic. Always the people of Romanon kept themselves clad in their own mystical goldwork with an air of great pride. They saw themselves apart from others, and looked down upon all nations and peoples beyond the cave. As knowledge spread of Romanon's great wealth, visitors from the surface grew in number. Soon, the Romanon decided to grant audience only to those from whom they stood to gain. They constructed a snaking road that only those permitted would be able to traverse. And upon the rest of the cave they carved a spell of mazes that kept those who offered nothing from ever reaching Romanon. I love how, like, the pillars here are, like, acting as, like, splitting the panels, splitting the dialogue. The sick, the poor and the ugly must never tread upon our hallowed lands. Hear, hear! May Romanon be ever bathed in light! We didn't hear them talking in the anime, I don't think. Romanon continued to grow in beauty and wealth, but also in arrogance and bigotry. Sounds familiar. And at some point, I'm American, by the way, attention turned to the worth of its very own people. Speak! Do you bring merit to the people of Romanon, or nay? What kind of foolish question is that? Those in whom no merit was found were deemed better fit to decorate the city, statues of gold, than to remain as worthless flesh. As the water in a blocked stream begins to cloud, so too did stagnate the closed nation of Romanon. Without mounting strife and hatred, internal, the country tired and weakened. until finally, as the story goes, it collapsed under the weight of its own great masses of gold. All that remained was the Serpentback Road, and its cavern turned to maze. Romanon unironically feels like a location from Donkey Kong Bonanza. Just a lot darker. Mankind is truly terrifying, as is the fact that so few of us acknowledge how easily terrifying things may come to pass.
But, Master, magic exists to make people happy, doesn't it? To help people, and to make the world vibrant, right?
And it's that exact mindset that Coco has that the brimmed caps are going to try to take advantage of. For those just getting here, by the way, this is my first time reading the manga. I have seen all 13 episodes of the anime. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm reading all of the manga, so that way I can study the 13 episodes we've seen more deeply. I want to do a video where I basically react to the anime. And I figured the best way to do that would be to read everything that the anime adapted so far. I also need to do other research. I need to do research into like the different dialects the characters speak in the English dub, and whatever else I can find out. I love the callback to the brimmed caps words from chapter 1 here. Oh yeah, Egwene talks a lot about how magic makes the world vibrant. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Except it's not scary coming from Coco. Although it kind of is scary coming from Coco, knowing that they're trying to manipulate her. If you, the future witches of the world, believe so, then surely, yes, all will be well. But all this spell will do is bring sorrow to today's breakfast.
Oh no, they're burnt to a crisp!
That's odd.
Still good.
You just have to scrape away the charred parts. Yummy.
Magic exists to make the world vibrant. I hope that's the case. I truly do. Hope it is so. As your proctor... Dude, Elira is so smug, dude. Holy slay, holy wife material. For me, specifically. As your proctor, past this point, I won't be offering any advice or instruction. So, let's see how you make your own way down this road.
It's all twisty, but it never forks. There's only one path. This'll be a piece of cake. Just fly all the way to the... end? Oh no, she's gonna fall! They're standing sideways! What kind of spell is that? It's not anything I cast! This is the magic of the road itself. Space is all mixed up inside this cave. You have to orient yourself according to the Serpentback Road. If you step off, you fall into the cavern maze, and before you know it, you're back at the entrance. Does that mean every one of these round stones, every one of the snake's scales, has a seal on it? But some of them are cracked or crumbling. That's right. I didn't notice that on my first try, and that's how I fell off the road. The spell you're supposed to use here is from the primer. It's... Of course, I know the one. Water flows to wherever gravity takes it. If it reaches a level place, it pauses and pools. If only the spots are that level are places where the seals still function. And the correct path to take is across the tiles that remain wet. That's exactly right. Wow, so this is the talent of the House of Arclum. The right way, using the right spell to find the right answer. And if you stray at all, you're doing it wrong. This is exactly the kind of thing I hate most. Now, Richelette. If you don't cease with these useless spells, you'll never develop into a proper witch. Why can't you simply do as I say? Enough! Throw these scribbles into the trash. I don't want to throw them away. They aren't scribbles. They're my spells. I won't throw myself away. That's why I have to. Come on, little friend. This way. I figured out where to walk, but my muffin won't follow me. Honestly, you'd be in a lot of trouble if you fell, so come on. Enough with the act. Playing cute isn't going to bring you any closer to the exit. But gestures like that are important. Huh? Mervins communicate by calling out to each other. So, when we want them to follow us, the right way is to use an echoing spell to make cries like theirs. And then... Huh? Don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me what's right or wrong when it comes to magic. There's no one way you have to do things. Oh, the Mervin, there. You might have taken this test before, but I'm sick of hearing you tell us about the right way. Huh? We don't need you explaining every step of the way. I want to be my own person. I don't want to grow up into some other kind of witch. And that's why I'm going to show you how I make it to the exit using my own spells. Well, look at that. Rijay. But that's impossible. You can't get by in a world like that. We're talking about problems on a test. There's a specific expected answer. We're just beginners, students, children. We have to do it like it says in the primer. If we fail, if we don't, I'll fail again. That's just how tests work. I hate it when people make decisions because that's the way things are. But spells that haven't been tried before might not even work. Then we'll make them work. You're not making sense. There's a lot to learn from failure. Interpreted well, it brings sustenance. Anyway, I know one apprentice who uses an approach like that. I think you should take the test how you want, Rijay. It's no business of mine. Mind? What? It's no business of mine. I don't need your permission. It's what I'm going to do. But thanks anyway. Is what she means to say. We're gonna lose one. Grasping wind. Phew. I'm going on ahead. These little guys are our priority right now. What's that sound? Is it water? My master, he says it every day, that it's beyond me, that I'll never be able to do it. I think he's right. That's why I've always studied how other witches solve problems. But even then, it's still beyond me. This is Romanon we're talking about. The whole point of the road was to keep out the ones not chosen. Coco? What is it? Master Keyfree? Are there supposed to be any other witches here today? Well, Kukla returned home, and I doubted there would be anyone else. Why? Just now, I thought I saw someone in a robe in the distance. Coco? Of course not. Why would anyone be out here? Come along, Coco. Yes, master. I'll be right there. Okay, so I remember hearing, I'm about to go to the bathroom, but I do want to drop some factoids on y'all that y'all might not know. Then again, for the Witch Hat fans, you'll probably already know this. I believe Shirahama said that Keyfree's eyesight is exceptionally good because of her growing up on the countryside. So it's like why, out of the three of them there, it's why she specifically noticed Sauceron in the distance. I mean, especially you've got somebody like Keyfree who needs glasses and, you know. Coco just, like, naturally has, like, really good eyesight. Because of how she grew up. Like, she has good long-distance eyesight, I should say. I feel like on average, witches are maybe more nearsighted. Alright, so before we continue, I need to take a little break. I probably need to grab a snack as well.
So I will be... I didn't hear of this Coco fact. Yeah, I heard about it from, I believe Shirahama said it. Feel free to fact check me, of course. I think I saw it on Twitter. But I think I remember seeing it, like, directly quoted from Shirahama. But, yeah, I will be right back. I'll turn the music up for y'all. Yo. I told you I'd be back.
I got a salad. Got a pasta salad. Chicken pasta salad in it.
Oh, fuck, I was gonna grab an ibuprofen because I've got a headache. Oh well, I don't feel like getting back up. It's gonna be more hassle to get back up and get the ibuprofen than it will be to deal with the headache. Trust. Oh. Alright, well, I'm gonna eat this. And then we'll get back to reading. Yum from a person that never ate pasta salad. Seems like a pretty common thing to have at least once. I'm gonna be honest. I was having tuna salads there for a while. Oh, let me turn off the BRB. But I don't know, there's just something about like the texture of lettuce. I just like can't handle lettuce in like big quantities. It's okay if it's mixed in with things like it is with this pasta salad. I just don't like the texture of lettuce. So I might have to go back to making tuna pasta salads. This salad my roommate made. I didn't make this. This isn't part of my usual dinners or meals. But the reason I went from pasta tuna salads to just tuna salad with like lettuce, like romaine, or like a romaine blend, is because, you know, I don't have to meal prep that. I can just make that on the spot. But the pasta stuff, you know, I have to cook the pasta. But I'm not gonna lie, the pasta, I kind of miss that shit. That shit tasted good. The ones with the salad, not so much. Or the ones with the lettuce. I mean, they taste okay, I just don't like the texture of like a bunch of lettuce and something. I think when the lettuce is the primary thing, I don't fuck with it. But it's good in like burgers, other types of salads, like a pasta salad, sandwiches, other things that have lettuce in them. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna try to read One Piece, and then on Friday I'll try to do a Fandom Friday stream. And again, unless I'm feeling amazing, that'll be it for streams for this week. Unless I'm like, you know what, I can do more streams. So, and then I'm gonna try to do Witch Hat Kitchen next week. And honestly, on the days this week where I don't stream, I might. I don't know. It's gonna take me at least a few days to record my rewatch of Witch Hat Atelier. That's 13 episodes I gotta rewatch and break down deeply. So I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna go. I don't know how many I'll be able to watch on average for those recording sessions, but we'll see. I think what I'll do is I'll record those and then post them, the individual episode breakdowns and stuff, to my Patreon. And then not post anything to YouTube until the full thing is done. I'll just post one big breakdown video on YouTube. And that's the plan. And then after that, I'm gonna do some like react to like some one-shot stuff, like some movies and stuff here and there. And then the next like reaction series I do on YouTube will be Dungeon Meshi. Which, wait, WeChat Kitchen is so fun and gay. Why am I surprised? I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I had some people in my Discord, some of the new WeChat people. They're also huge fans of Dungeon Meshi. Which is nice to hear. It's gonna be nice to hear that there's potential that people who have been watching my WeChat stuff will still be watching even when I start doing something else. Who knows, maybe I'll start reading Dungeon Meshi on stream too. I do want to get back into One Piece though. It's almost been another 2 weeks since I've read it. But I figured at this point, might as well finish up everything I plan to read from WeChat before I do One Piece. Other than Kitchen. Again, Kitchen I'll do next week. Or I'll try to. Maybe next week I'll be able to put out a stream schedule, but we'll have to see what happens with my health. That burst of energy I was talking about having in the last stream, I no longer have that. Which... I'm curious about something, actually. How long does it take for Zofran to work? Oh, Dancetron? What the fuck is that? Why is it that when I type how long does it take for Zofran to work, the very first result is how long does Odancetron take to work? Bro, I'm not asking about Decepticons. What the fuck are you talking about? Odancetron is generic name? Okay, damn, I wasn't expecting anybody in chat to know that. Let's see. How long does it take to work? Usually it starts within 30 minutes. But take up to 2 hours to reach its full effects. Yeah, because when I was getting my... You're going to pharmacy school. Hey! Look at you. Hey, you're a real apothecary. Nice. Yeah, I was getting my IV earlier, and I was getting, like, nauseous. I usually get a little dizzy when it first starts, but, like, I started getting nauseous, like, over halfway through, and it was lasting a while. I told her, like, can I get some of that Zofran? But it didn't really seem to do anything. The only thing I think that... I mean, I don't know. It does say it can take about 2 hours to work. To reach its full effects, because, like, I drove home kind of nauseous, I won't lie. Didn't really start feeling good, quote-unquote good, until after my nap earlier. And even then, I still don't feel amazing. I put out a short, or a TikTok. It's on YouTube and TikTok, but on TikTok somebody commented on the one where I compared like the brimmed caps to AI tech bros, and someone said, you said AI and now I don't want to be a brimmed cap. Oh really, it wasn't the themes of child abuse, or just being evil, it was the AI. Amazing panel, by the way, of Uni here. Insane. I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, the imagery isn't exactly subtle, but it's good. To be fair, both pointed caps and brimmed caps. Oh yeah, hey, I'm not saying I'm taking the sides of the elitist society either. The Broomcast make Coco trace, that's why they're evil. No, don't besmirch tracing like that. That is funny though. No, tracing is okay, as long as you're not claiming it as your own work. It is a good way to learn though. On like a very superficial funny level though, that is a funny way to look at it. Okay. I still need to make that like a sound alert on my stream. Okay. I thought about doing like a late Fandom Friday stream yesterday, but I just was not feeling good enough to stream. And at this point, it's like, might as well just wait till next Friday. Yeah, streams are going to be very inconsistent pretty much until the summer heat goes away. I was doing a lot better earlier this year when it wasn't so hot. I was like pretty damn consistent. Like the only things that were messing up like my consistency of streaming earlier this year was like if I got sick. There was also one point where I didn't have my IV for a few weeks, and that messed me up. All I want for you is to be your best self mentally. That's so sweet. Thank you. Ditto. Well, here's the thing too. Being creative is what makes me happy. So that's why it sucks for me when I can't. When I want to do something and I can't do it. I relate to Riche in that aspect, I guess. I'm very emotionally, my sense of self is deeply ingrained with my creativity. And if I can't express that, it hurts. It's interesting how I relate to each of these characters in different ways. Did y'all hear about that Discord grid image thing where people were getting banned? Somebody posted about it in my server. They were like panicking. I did like 2 seconds of research, and I was like, oh, this has already been resolved. I try to be careful about that stuff where it's like, oh, like the when people are panicking about stuff related to Discord, and it's like, all these servers are at everyone. Be careful with this scam or whatever. I try to do my research on that stuff before taking people's words at face value. Because just as it was with this situation, yes, that was what was happening, but it was resolved pretty quickly. The people that were getting banned were only getting like temp banned. People were blaming AI for it, which is fair, because Discord has done some not great things with AI. But from what I've seen, it wasn't even AI that was doing that banning thing. So yeah, if y'all see something about like, don't post grid images or you'll get banned, it's outdated info. You're good. Up off, bestie. Okay. Alright, the salad nearly devoured. We will continue reading within seconds. Feel free to count, I mean it. One more bite and we'll start reading. This won't take more than a minute. Trust. Okay, this chicken is thicker than I thought. Oh yeah, somebody made like some witch hat inspired food in the Discord. Let me see who this was again. If they're in the chat right now, I'll go ahead and show it. They're not in the chat. Okay. I won't show it without their permission. Although technically I do consider my Discord as a public space. I do need to make that a thing, like when you join my server, like make it like, hey, if you join my server, you agree for pretty much any message you send to be like used in videos and streams and stuff. Obviously, I'll respect certain messages, like if somebody vents in my server, first off, I'll probably tell them to take it to DMs. Secondly, depending on how deep it gets. Secondly, I'm not gonna use something like that in my video.
After the water falls off the edge, it starts soaring off unpredictably, which tells us that at places where the road has crumbled away, there won't be any magic to keep us level. We have to find some way to cross.
Dude, I'm gonna be so witch hat coded this week because I'm gonna try to start recording my reaction, and then I've got a friend who I'm gonna introduce it to at some point this week. But I don't know, usually I get burnt out on, and I will get burnt out on Witch Hat at some point, which is why I'm not going to rush into reading the manga. And again, I also do want to, you know, I want to wait till the Season 2 anime. I think it'd be fun to experience that for the first time. But yeah, no matter how good something is, I always get burnt out on things if I focus on them too much. So, usually I'm worried about that with things where it's like, because I've already watched the full 13 episodes. I've already seen at least half of the episodes in sub and dub. Now I'm reading the manga that those are adapted from. And then now I'm going to rewatch all the episodes in dub by myself in a recording. And I'm going to rewatch them in dub with a friend. Again, normally that worries me, but I don't feel that sense of burnout coming on at least this quickly with Witch Hat. I think it's different too because it's going to be different ways of experiencing the story. It's not just going to be rewatching it over and over by myself. In one aspect, it'll be me making a video out of it. In the other aspect, it'll be me sharing that with a friend. So, I think it's all going to be good.
There has to be a way. Some kind of... Riche? The spell keeps us in place as long as we stay on top of the stones. So all we have to do is extend the tops of the stones to the other side. Just like this. She's crossing over on a ribbon of stone! See?
That was so sassy the way I said that.
See? You change the way you do things. You can do the things you couldn't before.
Dude, Riche is drawn of so much aura. Avoid spoilers for Witch Hat Atelier for the best experience, of course. And my plan is to, my plan is to, because since they already have a trailer out for season 2, I imagine that means it's going to be less than a year out, because it seems like they already have a lot of work done before season 1 came out, because I think it was going to be like a split core kind of thing. So yeah, the plan is to continue my reaction series for Witch at Atelier when season 2 comes out, and then I imagine the season after that's probably going to take quite a while. So after that, I'm going to start reading the manga. On stream, of course. But in the meantime, before season 2, I probably won't be doing much more with Witch Hat, other than, like, I might do some video essays. So, like, after my rewatch, my re-breakdown video, that's going to be an unscripted video. But in the meantime, I might make some video essays. Basically just script out the things I've already been saying, and maybe I'll come up with things that I haven't said before. And, yeah, make them all fancy, make them my video essay style. It's been a few months since I put out a video essay, and I feel it's time to do something. I think that by the time the time between now and season 2, I think will be perfect time to put out some video essays, even if they're not Witch Hat. I would like to make some Witch Hat ones. I definitely think I have I've got plenty to say to be able to, make video essays. There's something to that. Huh? In other words, all we need to do is make sure we remain under the influence of the road's spell. Hey! Wait, stop, you're gonna... A combination of replication and repetition magic. The effect doesn't spread very wide, but it's enough. Ah! Yeah, they captured this really well in the anime too, just how, like, whimsical a got is in this moment. Drawing well under the cloak is definitely tricky. Oh, they also added Riche being concerned for the got in the anime. For what it's worth, what the anime removes, they make up for it for some really good additions. Spells don't last too long like this. I've still got a ways to go. I've got to get better. Pretty sure you're up next.
Master's right. I can't do it. I'm not cut out for this. I don't have talent or courage, or confidence, or competence, or any special skills. I've got nothing. And to top it all off, part of the road's crumbled away since last year. I don't even have luck. I'm gonna fail again. I just know it. Listen. You've been sharing your analysis and awareness since we first got here. Now you're not even gonna try to make use of your experience? You've taken the test twice. Just roll something. Anything. Oh, why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Is that a sound spell with a recording of a Murphin on it? Now he's casting a rain spell to pool water on the tiles. What's he? Why are you casting spells for problems we've solved? You need a new spell to cross the gap. I can't draw. What? My hands won't stop shaking. Never been able to draw well when someone's watching me. If I feel someone's eyes, I start sweating, and the pen slips. I tremble so bad. The lines get all wavy. The spell ends up a big mess. Wish I could do something, but I'm not capable of anything on my own. Oh, Uini. And then when they see me shaking and panicking, it just gets worse. I wanted to finally get past this, so this year, I studied and prepared. I drew all the spells, the right answers ahead of time. When I'm alone, I can concentrate, I control. And we're not barred from bringing our choir to the test. All I'd have to do is close the rings and let each spell activate. I figured I might look like I knew what I was doing. But this gap in the road, it wasn't supposed to be here. I hadn't planned for it. This must be my punishment for trying to pass the wrong way. Why do things always end up like this for me? You said you wanted to be your own person. If I could, I'd find a way to stop being me. I wish I could be anyone else. This is a test to determine if we're able to use magic in front of normal people without being caught.
Well, this is a god speaking. Like, damn, a god got whiny.
I hate to say it, but I can't imagine him ever passing, no matter how many times he tries. It's not beyond you. If you can pass just the way you are. You just said the answer yourself, don't you see? If you can draw when you're alone, then find a way to be alone. Huh? How am I supposed to? Any way you can. With magic, you can stretch rocks and make rain fall. Making a room or whatever you can, or whatever, so you can be alone should be easy. I don't know how to draw a spell like that. Then do it without magic. But that's impossible. I can't just come up with something on the spot. I can't. No interrupting.
Agat tried encouragement. It wasn't very effective. She means well.
This is awful. It's the worst. I must look like such a disappointment. This is all I could come up with. I feel so pathetic, I could cry. Wish I could disappear. The other two are probably so sick of me by now. Maybe they're laughing at me. From out there, I bet I look pretty silly, balled up in my own cloak. It seems pitiful to me when I imagine it. Master Elira's probably given up on me too.
Yeah, they just like... Elira knows she can't help, but she gives Yuani just this look of respect, of just like, you know, hey, do this your way. She says it without saying it. Do we ever see, I don't know, this is a, I don't know why I'm even asking this, because of course, but I wonder if we ever see Elira's apprentices. I would like to. I'd like to see what kind of people Elira teaches.
She's not laughing. None of them are laughing or making fun of me. I'm the only one berating myself. Change the way I do things. Get it now. The only one here casting a curse on me is me. My own reflection.
This comes back to the whole thing I said about with Agat being an introverted person, meaning she's introspective, and so her ability to tap into her own thoughts and realize things about herself. I'm seeing this with Yuani as well. Just the return time, I guess, on being in a situation where you're thinking deeply about yourself. Thinking like, wait a minute, like, there's something that I can change about myself in order to make this situation better. The situation itself isn't going to change for me, but I can change to adapt to the situation. I know exactly what that feels like. I've been there. I've been in like these very low moments where it's like my life is a living hell. I just wish it would change for me, and then I realized like maybe there's things I can change about myself. Not to be less like myself, but if anything, to be more like myself. If I can embrace my own strengths more, then maybe that'll make me stronger to deal with things. And yeah, that's essentially kind of the similar thing that Yuani is going through here.
Like one in a mirror. This heel is for a mirror cloak of borrow shade. It's not really even a mirror. Signs of concealment and signs of reflection combine to make the wearer vanish into shadow. Then let the cloak's scales reflect back in an image of whatever beast is nearby. Wow. Multiple seals combined into one. With this, maybe I can. Yuani! I got! Riche, stay back! I'll put up a shield of wind. Is this a magical trap set by the Romanon? Some ancient spell I've not encountered before. It's alright. I'm the one casting it. Uini! What happened to your cloak? When I was hiding inside, I caught sight of the seal. The one for the borrow shade mirror. I crossed out the mirror's part of the spell, which leaves the cloak which leaves only...
Try that again.
Which leaves the cloak only gathering shadows. With this, I blend in with the darkness. I can draw without being seen. The Merfolk won't be able to see me either, so it might make it difficult to lead the way, but I still have my sound spell with the Merfolk calls on it. As long as they don't realize I'm human, it still counts, right? I suppose.
Shadow Uini is so cute.
By hiding myself, I can be on my own. I can concentrate. I won't have to worry about others looking. I figured like this, I just might be able to cast.
Whoa. That's such a good panel. This is Uini's version of that one panel where Tarda was discovering the tranquil leaf. Such a good panel, dude. I love it.
It is a little embarrassing, having to hide, but I think maybe this is my way. Are you done hating yourself? Yeah, a little bit anyway.
This is everything. This is everything. I would slaughter nations for this smile. People will die for this. Like, people will die and then I'll kill myself.
Good. So quit deciding things are impossible. There's nothing wrong with you at all. I might slip up and say it again, but I'm gonna work to make sure things don't end there. Thanks, Riche! Why'd you bother giving him advice? I didn't think you cared about others. You and he ran to save me at the beginning. Now we're even. And besides, it's awful when there's something you want to do but can't. I know that feeling. Being upset when you're not able to do something is normal. That's what motivates you to grow. I'm going to become something greater than what I am now. And I lack experience as I am now. It's impossible to imagine feeling satisfied with my current self. Tests are a way for us to know ourselves.
Oh, that's Elira.
There may be only one road, but the spells each of us cast here will differ. We each find our very own way to walk our very own path. And we do it by facing challenges like these.
See? Tests don't seem so bad now, do they? I love that look. I love that look in the anime as well.
That doesn't mean I'm forgiving Master Kefri. Not until he apologizes for lying and forcing me to take this test. He's earned himself an Angriche point.
An Angriche point? What's that?
Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to ask you about Kefri.
What is that about, by the way? I don't know much about Elira, well, at all, but I don't know much about Elira's perspective on Kefri's just, you know, pursuit of the brimmed caps. I think maybe Elira is worried about Kefri, about him doing things, maybe taking on too much alone. I don't know.
Have you noticed anything?
Oof.
Miss Elira!
God, that's so scary.
A brimmed cap! Here! Why? The brimmed caps! There! It's a shield of wind! One of Miss Elira's protective spells! Miss Elira! Master! Pray let Kefri find this! Listen to me! Ignore the brimmed cap's words! Do not be deceived. Run away with all your might. The forbidden spells are... Oh no. Master ATELIER!
Hey. She may have gone out, but she went out on a bang. Such a good shot. Oh god, I didn't even notice a queen in the puddle there. Oh my god. See, flight is such a whimsical thing. And this just illustrates that so perfectly. Like, imagine being able to fly with just your feet. This is exactly what that would feel like. It's not just the characters, it's the motion. Oh, it's so good. I love art. Wow, amazing! How are you so fast, Coco? Oh my, how startling. She truly is quite fast. I see. That time Magot came zooming into me must have been because of the shoes you prepared for her. Fascinating. Huh? Oh no, Agot's shoes are like this? What have I done? It's quite alright. If Agot is continuing to use those shoes, I'd say it's a sign that she's fond of your spell. She likes it? Agot likes my spell? I'm quite good at those straight lines after all. Perhaps there are other spells in which they'll come in handy. Not now, Master. Coco's not listening. Master Keyfree? Master, what's going on? Is that what I think it is? I don't like this. This is ATELIER's cap. A witch's hat is a treasured possession. She wouldn't have sent this unless it was a matter of grave importance. What if they've encountered the brimmed caps? Master Keyfree? Are a guy and the others alright? Listen, both of you. I'm going to call Arugio here. He'll take you two back to the atelier. Once I've sent word to the Great Hall, I'm going to head inside the cup. Whoops. Ooh. God, you can just feel the weight of the stone serpent here. Like, this drawing feels like it could crush you. It's also how I felt when I saw ATELIER's thighs. What? Stone that moves. A golem. Such an ancient spell couldn't have survived all this time. It must be the work of the brimmed caps. Oh god. I had like a hiccup right when Keyfree got hit. Master Keyfree! God, they made this look like it hurt in the anime. What good is running gonna do? We're up against one of the brimmed caps. We'll never get away. It's I'm done saying things are impossible. I promised myself that. My. What clever young apprentices you are. To find a way to hide from me. I adore a game of hide and go seek. Know you're in here. Come out. Come out wherever you are. Ah! Bad Muffin, you have to be quiet. You're giving us away. The only types who conceal themselves in shadow are guilt-ridden criminals with secrets to hide. Cowards consumed by fear, desperate to protect themselves. Or hunters with bated breath, stalking their prey. Which, I wonder, are you? You vanished. I do know which one you're not, because the only one doing the hunting here is me. Joanie! Help! I'm being sucked in! I've got it! Joanie, close your eyes!
Ain't Wellbreaker Seal. Meh. Hope you enjoy pulling a bunch of rebel towards you. Uini, can you stand? Riche, we're getting out of here. Hurry. We can't fly because of the magic cast on the Serpentback Cave. If we stretch the stone along with us, it'll only take us so far. No matter how much we plan or improvise, it's never going to be enough against this opponent. If Miss Elira is not even powerful enough to stop him, there's no way I could... Whoosh. That's it. What are you doing? Miss Elira walked across the gap in the road by creating ice at her feet. If we freeze the entire road, we won't have to care which of the tiles have crumbled. Like this. This way, the spell should extend across the entire road. We can skate along it to get away. We can skate along it to get away. He'll get through reading it one day. It'll be much faster than running. Get on, hurry, hurry. God, how are your surf shoes so fast? We'll talk about it another time. Keep the way ahead frozen. Carter. It's not fast enough. We need to go faster. Okay, Jeff Goldblum. Use wind magic to push her behind. But I don't know many other spells than my own. Use mine. It might have been pathetic, but I'm glad now that I drew these ahead of time. They'll help you out. Why did this have to happen when I finally got my chance to take the test? Why did I get dragged? The time we were running from the dragon, Tatia said the same thing. Doesn't make sense that most students would find themselves in this much danger, over and over again. There's a reason the brimmed cops keep showing up. It's not us. Yeah, when I first saw this scene in the anime, I was like, oh, is Agat gonna just, like, fall back to blaming Coco? But no, Agat... Well, you'll see. Agat! The one you're looking for isn't here with us. Did you know that the Knights Morales were there that day? They erased her memories, then sent her back to the village. You won't accomplish anything by chasing us. There's no longer an outsider in our atelier. I love that. Okay, so I saw this panel. There's no longer an outsider at our atelier. I saw this panel. Actually, my head's blocking it. I saw this panel on Twitter, and I was like, man, I love the double meaning. Yes, you get it. That is such a... It's a much better way than what the anime said. The anime kind of implied it, but the exact wording here makes it so much more apparent and so much more powerful. She no longer sees Coco as an outsider, while she's trying to manipulate Sasaran into thinking that Coco is no longer around them. I hate and love this scene because it's like, if Agat didn't do this, they might have been able to get away, and Uini might not have gotten turned into a wolf. It's I hate this scene, but I love it. But it's also a very resounding moment for Agat. Like, this hammers home, like, yeah, Agat respects Coco. She might not be the best at showing it right now, but she sees the value in having an outsider. Because with Coco, she sees, because Agat's always trying to adapt. She never wants to stay stagnant, right? I was talking about a lot about Agat earlier, and like her the power that comes from her introversion, her introspectiveness with herself. She never wants to stay stagnant, and instead of blaming Coco for being a burden, she sees Coco as a way for herself to improve. She sees an outside perspective as a way to improve faster. Like, wait a minute, like, I'm in a very rigid society. Because Agat, like, you would think Agat would be someone who would want to be rigid. Like, you would think she would want to follow, like, the rigid, you know, sort of system that's built up. But not only does she have resentment for that system, I think,
But I think she also sees that the system is flawed and that there's better ways to learn and to grow. And she sees that in Coco. She sees these opportunities to learn and grow through Coco. Yeah, it's awesome. I love this moment. I love this moment now, especially seeing it here. The wording here is so much better than what they did in the anime. I also hate this moment for this scene. This scene is disgusting.
Long have the pointed caps plagued the world with their falsehoods. Only fitting that their student, too, should be so daft a liar.
A god! The way's blocked with ice! A god! A god!
So pitiful. Laden with transgressions of the pointed caps of the past, and the ones of today are feeble, too afraid to grasp at true power.
Ugh, sorry. I became speechless at first. This pit, there's very uncomfortable imagery here with the way he's like forcing himself on her. It was really bad in the anime. The anime portrayed it in both the anime and manga made it very uncomfortable in very different ways. This is the first time I'm saying it. I was noticing it in my reaction, but I didn't feel comfortable saying it. But I've seen other people talking about it, so that makes me feel more comfortable saying it. Yeah, there's blatant, like, SA themes here. Also apparent by the fact that, Sauceron literally, like, leaves a mark on on her arm. I think that speaks for itself. Ugh, it gives me chills, and not in the good way.
Thanks to them, you languish in the confines of their petty, constricting rules.
I just smell like conjuring ink.
The forbidden spells are your savior. Tell me, do you not harbor some great desire? Have you not wished to hurry your growth? Or to live in a world where you can remain a child forever? To have confidence to draw without secreting yourself away? In the world of the forbidden spells, your perfect self is within reach. Soar the skies without need for shoes. Be free to roam wherever you wish. It allowed me to shed my wearisome physical husk.
This is an insane panel. That's crazy. Art. Something else I wanted to say on the SA theme. I think it because I've clocked the brimmed caps at people that are very hedonistic, are very driven by their desires. They have no restraint whatsoever. They are willing to do anything and everything and anything to get what they want, even like their most darkest, twisted desires. I think this theme of them forcing themselves onto others, I think it just hammers that home even more. Just the fact that these brimmed caps, at least Sauceron and Egwene, are, they're just sickos. They're just totally selfish. They care about nothing but their own desires.
In time, the world will recall which type of hat is a witch meant to don. We merely wish to see that day arrive a little sooner. And to do so, sacrifices must be made.
A god!
When harm befalls her precious friend, so ready to spin lies on her behalf, will she remain from grasping the miracle magic offers? When the tools to save you are before her eyes, will she be able to refuse? Children learn and grow by facing tests they'd rather avoid. This is my test for her. You will serve as an excellent lesson.
Yeah, I hate this guy. I want him dead. Ooh, what's Coco wearing here? That's new. This scene is disgusting and uncomfortable, but so well done. Yeah, in manga and anime.
You will serve as an excellent lesson.
So I remember I've seen some discussion on this scene in regards to this mark that Sauceron leaves on her. I think people were saying like they left some kind of on occasion the brimmed cops have been known to tattoo seals onto their own skin.
No, don't tell me he's...
I think manga readers took this scene very literally because they could only see it in black and white. They assumed that this mark, like this is one of those tattoos. But I think because we saw it in color in the anime, I think all he did here was cut her. I don't think he did enough to leave one of those tattoos here. I don't think this was enough to mark her. Like people were suggesting. But who knows? It still could be. Because I guess later on in the manga, like, it was never confirmed. It hasn't been confirmed yet whether anything came out of this.
To have forbidden magic inscribed on one's own body is an offense most grave, even if the seal was affixed against one's will. No! Stop! I refuse to lose everything to this. I still haven't proven myself to.
And the way that's worded too, like, I refuse to lose everything. I think it was worded slightly differently in the anime, but that is like, that is what that is, like being, you know, people forcing themselves onto you. You literally like lose your sense of self in a way. It basically, it ruins your whole, it ruins people's entire lives. Like, they can never return to normal. They can never return to their old normal after that. And I don't know, just the way it's worded in both manga and anime, like her crying out like that, that's what that feels like that's trying to evoke. But then we've got our goat Riche saving her from this.
I got! Grab this in case you fall. In case I fall. That explosion just now! What was it? Unity took out a section of the road from below. If you leave the path, you get sucked into the cave's maze. So, we decided to sweep the road out from underneath his feet. But that witch! That brimmed cop has been floating around this whole time. Looks like we saved a got. This whole plan worked out great. I can't believe something meant to compensate for my shortcomings ended up doing so much for us. I'm starting to feel happy. Like I might even be able to have a little bit of confidence. Master, I have something to say. It turns out I'm not as hopeless as I thought. I'm not as hopeless as you always said I was. My master might not be able to understand, but the fact that I can't do the same things as everyone else might be the key that leads to things that only I can do.
Like, this is one of the worst moments in fiction. Like, how do you have such a profound character moment? I hate this scene. This is terrible. Shirahama needs to pay for my therapy bills, because how do you have a character that goes through so much, like, profound development in this moment, and then immediately it's like, yeah, we're gonna ruin his entire life. Back on what I was just saying about Agat's life about to be ruined, Agat was saved from that. But unfortunately, now Yuani has to suffer through this. I hate Witch Hat Atelier.
It most certainly will be. If only you'd embraced your skill. If only you'd remained cowering in the shadows. I might have seen fit to leave you be. But for one who wraps himself in shadows, you seem far too lacking in gloom.
No! Help me!
Since you're so in love with hiding, allow me to bestow upon you a form you'll be so anxious to conceal. To
Doesn't seem right at all.
Hang on, what's going on with this panel? Oh, we're transitioning from Sauceron's cloak. It's even connecting to Riche's hair. And to Riche's cloak. What did Shirahama mean by this? I mean, I guess in a way this is also going like Sauceron leaving this traumatic this trauma on Yuini. It's also leaving a scar on Riche, because Riche has been growing to care about Yuini. Shirahama really is a queen in disguise.
If you lose contact with the road, any person, even any spell, should be pulled away by the ancient Ramadan magic. If that brimmed cop isn't affected, then we're still in big trouble. Hurry! Call Yuini back up here! We need to get back to Master Keyfree! Yuini! Yuini? Yuini, are you there? Come on, Yuini! We need to hurry!
Wait.
Oh God, Riche, please help me. I'm fading.
Ooh. And somehow the anime made this look even more painful.
Yuini? Wait! Oh God, what are we gonna do? Yuini's... Riche, look! The brimmed cap, he's back!
Fascinating. To think that the scale wolf fur from his cloak should get tangled up in the spell. Understanding of the forbidden spells has waned terribly since they were lost. There are so many things we can only discover by casting.
You fiend!
It didn't go exactly as I'd planned, but he'll serve well enough.
Enough of your garbage! Turn Yuini back to normal!
You wish to help him? By all means, be my guest. I don't have a problem with it.
Sorry, inside joke.
Magic has the power to make your true desires come true. The rest is up to each of you.
He's gone again. Where are you going, Riche? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to save Yuini. I don't like having to do things I don't want to do. But abandoning a friend is even worse. Do you disagree? Of course I agree. But we've got a responsibility. What about the Murphin? Are we going to just leave them trembling? We have to at least see them to the rest of their flock. It's not even a matter of the test anymore. And one of us needs to warn the adults. They need to know about Miss Elira and about Yuini. Let's split up. I'll go after Yuini. You take the Murphin and head toward the exit. No, I want to help him. Why do you get to be the one to... I know more spells than you. I can respond to more situations. The magic you've studied is biased toward the kinds of spells you like. You don't even have the breath to respond to unexpected developments. I know it's tough to hear, but you wouldn't be any help to Yuini the way you are now.
Yep, the manga too. The manga ends on Riche lingering, staring off at where Agat went. So it makes me wonder, Riche gonna listen to Agat? Or is she gonna go after her? Is she gonna go after Yuini? This is an insane way to show like we're descending. Oh, that's so trippy. It's like different. That's so cool, dude.
Free! Free! Rush Buddy? What happened? The serpent gate attacked us.
Lust? What?
The ground crumbled, and then... I don't know what kind of spell that was, but... Master Kefri protected us. Master Kefri! Tedia! Wake up! Both of you! Master's hurt. His glasses are broken, and his face is covered in blood.
Ooh, oh, we get an almost closer look at Kefri's other eye here. Oh, the way she's reaching... The way she's reaching... from outside the panel, that's so good.
I'm sorry. Your glasses were cracked. I was worried you might get cut, so I...
Shh! Quiet. We're not alone. That is an insane panel. This feels like something out of Berserk. Bro, what? That's fucking... Bro. Hell nah. Good lord.
Witch standeth here, a witch, kin to the witch, who our bodies did warp. Odious witch, witch most vile.
Master? Are those what I think they are?
Indeed. Turned to gold yet still alive. Ancients from the nation of Romanon.
Ah! Your back and your arm look badly hurt. There's no way he can cast like this. It's because you tried to save us.
Worry not. I will protect you. That is the master's duty, after all.
This is a really good... So, it's interesting. One thing I think the anime did better here was the hand moment. Because it added that when Kefri released his hand from Coco's, she like reached out for him. But then in this moment, like we don't get to see Kefri's smile that we see here, which I think is honestly very important for this scene. So it's interesting comparing manga and anime adaptations. Some are stronger in some ways, some are stronger in others. Sometimes in literally the same scene. All right, here we go.
So listen carefully. Both of you. You must not leave my side. No matter what.
And there we are. We're caught up. 3 streams. 3 wonderful streams. This has been amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this. Not just the live viewers, but to everybody that's been watching the VOD. I'm not even kidding. Like it might have even. We might have gotten like crazy, like an insane, like more views since the stream. Let's see. Yeah, a few more. That's crazy. 12 are even watching the YouTube stream live right now. That's insane for me. So yeah, thank you all to the live viewers and the VOD viewers. Wow. You're welcome. It means a lot to listen. Hey, I'm glad that I can give you something to, you know, help you pass the time. Even if you're not like a diehard Witch Hat fan like a lot of the other viewers are right now. Even if it's just something that's like, it's just like, if I could just make you feel comfortable being here, that's huge. It's this mutual shared experience of enjoying this story together. I'm surprised I don't see people doing more like manga reading streams. This is a lot of fun. I'm disabled and I do this. I'm in pain constantly doing these voices, but it's just so much fun that I push through it anyway. I've been in more pain these last couple streams than I was in like the first Witch Hat stream, so it's gonna be different for me every time. But like, I recommend this to any streamers that are like, that think like this would be good, like this would be fun for them. Do this. Read manga on stream. There are things that you can do to make sure to avoid copyright, like you can see here with the filters I have. It's amazing. Yes, I need more manga reading videos or streams. Yeah. So, as I said, I'm gonna try to read some Witch Hat Kitchen next week. Maybe I don't know how many streams that's gonna take. But I'm gonna read. I think I'm just gonna read the first volume because I don't want to be ahead of where the story is currently at. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll be doing a reaction series, weekly reactions to Witch Hat Season 2 when that comes out, which I don't think is going to be super far off. But in the meantime, I'll be doing a Dungeon Meshi reaction series in terms of like videos. I'll be reading One Piece. Maybe I'll read some other manga here and there in between One Piece arcs. And yeah, Fandom Fridays. Oh, this is that bonus chapter. Dude, not a got. Coco looks beautiful here.
I am a brush buddy. As yet, I have no name. I was born of a typical brush buddy mother and a typical brush buddy father.
The dad one has a mustache.
And as most brush buddies are, was raised among all the bounty of the great outdoors. Around the time my splendid and beautiful tail had grown up to a proper length, I happened across the most peculiar creature, known as a witch. These creatures lead a very curious life. Hour after hour, they sit before desks drying their magic, and just when you think they could sit there no more, they let out a sudden strange cry and threw themselves to the floor.
My squishy, where's my fluffy squishy?
This one oft plunges its nose into my gorgeous fur and begins to inhale. It is quite unpleasant. Yet, it is the same creatures who possess a substance known as ink, which I must admit I find quite alluring. Lucky they are that an open-minded brush buddy such as I decide to tolerate life alongside them.
No, bad brush buddy. No sleeping on top of spells. I'm in the middle of drawing.
Their unfathomable behavior extends further.
There, it's finished. Come on, brush buddy, hurry. Here you are. Your nest was all rainy wet. You must have been cold. Stay on top of this rain flinger seal, and you won't get wet anymore.
Sorry to
trouble you. We owe you one.
It's like the little animals talking. Orufri and the girls as brush buddies. I need this. If you find art of this, send it in my Discord.
The spells they spend hour after hour composing in front of their desks are in the end used to the benefit of other creatures.
That they're all right. Coco, come along now.
It is quite mysterious. Yet, it is the mysteries of life that bring the greatest fascination.
I didn't know it was going to rain today. I hear thunder.
Perhaps it would be prudent to compose a detailed record for future generations of these peculiar creatures known as witches. As for the...
I called it! Brush Buddy is literally R2-D2. I'll get into why in a second.
As for the title, I think I shall call it...
Ah, my hat! My hat!
Witch Hat Atelier. Okay, so here is why Brush Buddy is the R2-D2 of this series. So George Lucas's original intention behind R2-D2 is that R2-D2 is essentially a data bank, a living, well, not living, well, not technically living, a witness to a lot of the major events in the story, in the Skywalker story in Star Wars, right? And R2-D2 is passing on is passing on this this first-hand account to the Guardians of the Wills, which are basically like people that are like they're basically like spirits, like religious figures that are like basically archiving just like the universe, basically just like major events in the universe. You know, they study the Force and everything. So it's cool to see that Brush Buddy is doing something similar. I don't know if Brush Buddy is necessarily passing on this knowledge to anyone in particular, but Brush Buddy is... This literally confirmed that theory I had about Brush Buddy being the R2-D2 of this series, being like the witness to everything. Or at least most things. If much like R2, if Brush Buddy isn't always there for an event, he'll probably have heard about it from the people that he spends a lot of time with. So that's awesome. I love that. And yes, I know Shirahama is a Star Wars fan and has drawn Star Wars cover art. Oh hey, let's read about some plants. Diadem herb. Let me drink some water first. Found only on the Dada Range, a group of mountains that now float in the sky due to an ancient forbidden spell. The plant's name comes from its crown-like appearance. Those who wish to become apprentices are required to harvest this herb, an act symbolic of the punishment meted out to the king of Dada. I don't know why I said Dada. Who raised the mountains into the sky merely to see his crown stand above all others. I didn't know that about the Dada range. We learned about that a few chapters ago, because they cut that out of the anime. Silverwood tree. Necessary in the production of conjuring ink, the substance used to draw casting seals. Its branches possess a silver sheen while alive, but upon withering they turn pitch black. From these dead branches, a solution known as woodcore is extracted, which is in turn refined into ink. According to a legend, a silverwood once fell in love with a witch and offered up its blood as ink and branches as wands. So apparently there's like something even crazier about these silverwood trees that I don't know about yet. I have a friend that asked me, is like, do you know about the silverwood theory? I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I know about the silverwood tree, and I know that it like fucked a woman, but other than that, and she was like, okay, we'll table this discussion. I was like, okay. So there's something crazy going on with silverwood trees that I don't know about yet. I think, here's my theory, and as always, I'm just making a theory. Nobody confirm or deny what I'm going to say here. I don't want to be spoiled. So, you know how in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which, by the way, spoilers for FMAB. You know how in this is major spoilers, by the way. How alchemy is essentially built upon the power of the Philosopher's Stone. And essentially, alchemy is powered by the souls of the people who are absorbed. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful with chat spoilers. Yeah, alchemy is essentially fueled by the souls of people trapped within Philosopher's Stones. I think I'm forgetting the exact specifics of how it works, but that's basically it. So in the end, Edward decides to give up the ability for everybody in their country to use alchemy, in order for in order to let these souls rest, and so that they don't have to sacrifice any more souls. I'm wondering if the Silverwood tree is a similar thing, where there's like a dark... There's a dark reason behind magic existing in the first place. Like, maybe at some point, the characters are gonna have to realize, like, yes, magic is beautiful, but it comes at the cost of the souls of the damned, you know? Like, people's souls were sacrificed for this to be used. And maybe they're gonna have to let go of magic, so those souls can rest. Now, maybe it's not exactly that, because that would just be one-to-one Fullmetal Alchemist, but I think there's something similar going on there. There's a dark secret behind the Silverwood trees that we don't know about yet. I think it's gonna throw a lot of the characters for, like, Coco's gonna have to question her love for magic at some point, I think. 'Cause she's gonna be like, wait, this is where it comes from? You know, it's gonna make it hard to appreciate magic. Honey Tree appears in the Morning to 10th Anniversary Anthology Eating. Oh, I haven't seen that. Snapping open the swelling bulges of this tree's branches will reveal large quantities of a sweet, honey-like substance packed inside, used as an ingredient in sweets and liquors. Carapacium, a type of tuber, like me? Covered by an unusually tough outer layer, cooked slowly over an appropriately sized flame. It yields a delicious, piping hot treat. Tranquil leaf. This herb's leaves function as a disinfectant when directly applied to wounds, and when dried and ground to powder, they also serve as medication to reduce fever and suppress coughing. This was the same herb chewed by Kiefer in Chapter 15, when ascertaining that the numbness in his limb had subsided. Based on his expression in that scene, it may be surmised that Tranquil Leaf has a particularly bitter taste. Mountain apple. A low, shrub-like tree able to take root in the smallest gaps of even the rockiest and most rugged terrain. The fruit it bears is tart, like an apple, yet soft like a pear. As it ripens, its color typically turns from green to yellow. Red fruit may be encountered on occasion, but should be avoided as it is poisonous. Well.
With her teacher gravely injured, and the dear friends with whom she shares her aspirations in imminent danger, Coco's desire to help grows, and as it does, the temptation of forbidden magic looms large.
Bro, we're so cooked. We're so fucking cooked. Cause aren't we all the worst? I just want to see the cover for Volume 5. I've seen it before, but... Tetia. This is my friend Floppy's favorite character. That's the goat. Well, that was, we're caught up. I'll leave the logo. We are caught up. That was quite the, I wasn't originally planning on reading the manga, for my research for the anime, but I was like, you know what? Why not? And I'm glad I did. I got a lot out of that. We got new viewers. We had some fun moments. Overall W streams. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We're gonna keep hanging out for a bit. Pretty much I'm just gonna keep streaming until I feel like I have nothing left to say. I have already said a lot though. It would be great if by next Monday, I don't know if I'm gonna have the opportunity to record everything. It would be nice if next Monday, I will have that breakdown video out. Where I rewatch all 13 episodes. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Because I also want to do some streams in between. In betwixt. I also not just rewatching the series and recording episodes, but I want to do some more research. There were some people I wonder where some people were getting like a lot of their trivia from. I guess I just need to look more into like behind the scenes stuff for the anime. Because people had like some really interesting, people in chat had some insight about like the accents and stuff that I hadn't heard before. So I don't know where they got that information from. So here I go digging in again. Digging in your butt, twin. So yeah, I just need to figure that stuff out so I can have as much to talk about as possible for the re-react, for the breakdown. And like I said, outside that won't be the last Witch Hat thing I do, because we will. I do want to do a stream hopefully next week where I read Kitchen, and I also want to make video essays on Witch Hat Atelier, scripted videos. So those will go on my other channel, ZealotPara Stories. And if all goes well this week, I should be putting a video out on that channel this week. My Sonic and Blaze fiction entitled The Flames of Destiny. Shirahama live tweeted a lot of little facts while the anime was airing on her Twitter. You know, I actually just ended up following Shirahama. My whole life has been a war, so I battle myself into a run and hide. It'll get you, boy. She also roasted Keyfree. Roasted Keyfree? He gets enough abuse. What do you mean, roasted Keyfree? Even her creator, or even his creator, yeah. Keyfree is girl boss. Yeah, I guess I just need to go through Shirahama's tweets. Cause aren't we all the West? I'm not seeing any trivia, it's mostly retweets. A lot of retweets about the Season 2 announcement. Yeah, pop off, Queen. Yeah, if I ever met Shirahama, I would just like get on one knee. I would bow. Coco. Just found your channel. Unfortunately, I have to go to sleep. I'll be able to catch the next one. Have a good stream. Hey, thank you. Oh, sleep well. I'll be trying to go live tomorrow around this time. Like, maybe a couple hours before right now. To read some One Piece. Hope to see you there. Thank you for stopping by, though. Oh my god, Pumpkin. Oh! I gotta let the dog out. Otherwise, she's gonna keep whining and I won't be able to focus. Come on, Monk. Come on.